Hi, hello, and welcome to Chat on That podcast. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Today we have two very special guests, actually, who came all the way to be on this show. I appreciate it. You may know them from Money Mule. So please welcome Harrison Courtney and Kieran Lewis.
Hello.
Coming on.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
His name's right.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
You smashed it, bro. Don't worry.
Wrong.
You're all good.
Thanks for coming on.
It's alright. It's
Thank you.
alright.
I
having us.
appreciate it.
It's alright.
It's really bad people come all the way down here.
No,
Feel
don't worry
guilty.
about it, bro. It's all good.
Pleasure.
Really? What time did you have to get up this morning?
I was up at 7 this morning. Exactly, but don't worry, bro. It's alright. It's alright. That's normal wake up
I'll
time
pay
for me
you
now.
later. The first question is, ask everyone, why are you here?
Well, I mean, obviously we've been through the races, haven't we? We've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, or degree if you can call it that. And essentially, yeah. I mean, you know, we saw Ollie's one, and we were like, basically, you know, what's stopping us from coming down and just, you know, if anyone's got any questions or anything, or you know, has any unanswered things, or just wants to hear a bit of advice on our end, you know, we can be here to potentially provide the right stuff for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the third years are currently doing their FMPs. We managed to survive that just about. So if we can give any tips on FMP, and we're both in fortunate positions where we're both working in the industry at the moment. We're quite fortunate that we've come out of uni and we're working in the industry now. So sharing tips, giving some advice, and hopefully we can help some people out.
Yeah, I think especially expectations-wise for after university is, I think, different in everyone else's mind, but the reality is what we can give. So obviously we'll get into that in a sec, but yeah.
Well, thanks for coming down.
It's alright. It's alright.
Thank you.
But what's it like to be back? What's it like to be back? Because
Yeah,
some people are like,
absolutely.
no, I've been in here for 3 days in a row. And what's it like to be back in the MMC or in Winchester?
I think I've missed it.
I've missed it big
I've
time.
missed it a lot. I loved my time here.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, some people come out of uni and they haven't had a good time, and they're like, oh yeah, uni was a bit of a waste of time. But I look at my time at university very fondly. So being back in Winchester it's really nice. Lots of great memories here, and it's good to catch up with people.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, especially the MMC. I mean, we've had very many sleepless nights in there where, you know, Kieran started an edit at 10. Cullen's helped out with it. And then gone home, watched a series, had a shower, gone to bed, and come back, and we're still in the same clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's good to kind of, you know, those memories start flooding back and stuff. But I'm down in Winchester quite a bit, helping out with Ollie and stuff. So, you know, it's like familiar sort of thing, but not really at the uni. You know what I mean? It's nice to be back.
I don't want to do an all-nighter in the MMC.
You will.
But yeah, that's what my mum
It's
says. You will, Matt. You will.
Yeah.
No, I don't
You
want
always
it.
think you won't, and then it gets to about 1 a.m. and you're like, it's right, I still got time to go home. And it gets to 3 a.m. You're like, okay, this is pushing it, but I can still go home. Then it's light outside, and you're like, oh, well, that just happened. I didn't even realise it. So
I've come back at like about 11 a.m. and I walk past my friends and go, oh, are you going back to the MMC? No, I'm going home. Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I saw you at 10 p.m. last night. Yeah.
Yeah, mate, your time will come.
Yeah. So you did film production, and you're graduates now.
yeah.
Why film production? Why Winchester? And you know what your favourite courses and modules to do here?
I'll go for it. All right. So I mean, film for me has always been like a thing I've done. It's so cliche, but I've literally done it for years. Like my dad got me like a little GoPro when I was like 9, and I was like making like those like first person Call of Duty kind of films with my brothers and the thing. But obviously never really saw it as a career. And in my year out, I was like doing teaching. I was a teaching assistant for like autistic and dyslexic kids. And then I'd like work on like different sets and stuff just because I did media at sixth form, just because I liked it. I didn't know it could be a career. Do you know what I mean? And then it kind of really started to pick up. I met a couple of people, and my old colleague there and one of the people in the industry were like, you should probably do it at university, mate. Like, give it a go. Like, it'll be good. And I was kind of looking at different places, and obviously Winchester popped up, and I was doing my research on the modules and things like that. And I'm going to say it now. Hopefully Rob will hear this. But I've been on countless sets and met loads of different film students on those sets. Winchester, from what I've heard from other unis, is one of the best ones. And I mean that, like, even though it's a small uni, bro, honestly, like, it's the most practical. You do the most cinematic stuff. You have complete freedom on your modules. Like, it just, obviously I didn't know that going in, but I'm so glad I came here. Like, the variety of stuff you see, you know, like you get those end of year screenings with a module. So you do cinematography, and then everyone sits down and watches them. And you'd see like a horror film and a detective drama and like a comedy and stuff like that. Like, you don't get that in other unis. So the variety you get, the people are great. But yeah, Winchester, I don't know, like, from hearing stuff of people in the industry that did also do a film production course at university, Winchester just sounds perfect. You know what I mean? And that's what made me pick it. So.
What are you, Kieran?
Yeah, I mean, for me, picking film production was I decided that way before I even came to uni. I started editing probably when I was like maybe 10. I was like using Windows Movie Maker, making like honestly the worst edits, and I used to edit like my game footage that I like record from my Xbox. Really
quick scoping montages.
Literally, exactly that, and like FIFA and stuff.
So when you go down to games, both doing gaming things, Call of Duty. And
Yeah. That's just inspo, innit? It's all inspo.
But then I did media at high school, and I got Premiere Pro. I got it illegally.
that's where it's all born. Yeah.
And I realised how broad the horizon was, like how much I could actually do with it. Because on Windows Movie Maker you can just cut and that's it.
Yeah.
But I could actually do so much with it, and I fell in love with it instantly. Took media GCSE, loved it. Did media at college. It was COVID, so it wasn't particularly great.
Yeah.
But I was still set that I was going to do it at uni. I think as soon as I started doing it at college, I was like, I'm going to take this properly at university. And then Winchester, I mean, my brother came to Winchester a few years before me, and he loved it. I came and visited him when he was studying here, and I thought it was like a lovely campus.
So your brother studied here?
Yeah. Well,
what did he do?
Well, my brother did what did he do? He did media broadcast. Oh, what was it? Advertising and communication, I think, something like that.
Some of his posters are still up in the
yeah,
MC.
his posters still in the MMC.
What?
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think it says that it's a Wincast podcast poster. That's his.
Wait, the black one?
Yeah. That's his.
What, the one in the MMC?
Yeah, that's
Well,
his.
the thing is, I was starting this show and I contacted them and they didn't reply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
But I
That's,
thought
that's
that
my
was-
brother.
Is that old?
Yeah, it's 2016.
Well, that poster's been there since 2016.
Yeah.
I thought it was new.
No,
I
no,
contacted
it's
them.
been there
I'm
for so
starting
long.
a podcast. Anyone interested? And they just didn't reply.
Oh,
Shit.
I'll tell them for
thanks,
you.
Kieran.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
We'll get him
Thanks
to
a
see
lot.
you, don't worry.
Yeah.
I visited other unis though.
Mm,
I looked at Portsmouth, and I didn't like the fact it was a city campus. I didn't
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
fact that
same.
I
Yeah, yeah,
literally
yeah.
have to get like a bus to my next lecture.
Yeah,
Like, the
yeah,
idea
yeah.
of that just absolutely like, no, I'm not doing that.
No,
But here
felt
it's
so- yeah.
just so close, and like it's got a community sense to it. I looked at Bournemouth as well, and Bournemouth was quite appealing, but I came for an open day here, and mine was with Mark DeValk, you know, the
Yes,
Canadian.
Canadian. Yeah, you wouldn't have met
Canadian
him. He was the
lecturer. He
old
left
head of.
before you
before Rob?
started.
Mm.
Yeah, was he? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure.
think he was.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was really lovely,
Mm.
and he just absolutely sold the course to me. So
Wow.
partly my brother's being like, yeah, it was really good, and then partly my open day just completely sold me, and I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah.
glad that I came here, honestly.
That's a good question, actually. How you said something about COVID? What was it like? Did you do a course in lockdown?
Yeah, I did.
kind of
Yeah,
thing?
First year.
yeah. First year was
What was
COVID.
that like?
I mean, I could probably say it now because I left, but I had a great time during COVID. you know?
Really?
Yeah,
You
like
did?
yeah, security were rubbish, weren't they? So you kind of just do, just kind of crack on with that uni lifestyle. Obviously, pubs and stuff were a bit of a shame. You'd have to split into groups of 6 and sit on the table next to each other, sort of thing. But the actual, the course took a big hit. I can't really remember any really of my first year modules.
No.
But that then motivated me more to make a film outside those modules and just be like, fuck that, I'm just gonna do it. You know. But second and third year were unbothered by COVID. So, that I feel like that's kind of what made us then go, right, we really got to go like ham here. We really got to really kind of make the most of what we got, because we got a year less than what other people have got to leave with a good looking showreel. So
It's probably good for like pre-production and post-production over COVID.
Oh, yeah,
is that you can
100%.
like
Yeah, no, you're
like
so
I think
right.
Everything everywhere all at once did all their editing over COVID, so
Yeah.
there's an advantage to it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't use the MMC during
neither.
first year.
Really?
Like, second and third year, I lived.
Yeah,
I
lived in the
lived
back
here.
corner near the door.
Yeah.
Literally.
yeah.
But first year, I've picked up equipment, but I never like edited in the MMC because of, I think, like certain desks you couldn't sit on and stuff
Mhm.
because of social distancing.
That's
it
a word I
was,
had
Wow.
in ages.
yeah, it was like you couldn't, like, only a certain amount of people allowed in the MMC at a time.
Mm.
It was just like, okay, like pick up my equipment and go edit in my dorm in West Downs.
So only certain people allowed the MMC.
I think anyone could come in,
wild.
but it was sort of like first come first serve. Like
Yeah.
if they're like one person to like each.
Yeah, it
like,
wasn't just like,
collection.
no, you're not allowed in. It was like, you just got to rock up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
and
a
then like
different
some,
world.
I'm pretty sure some of them had like things on them just being like social distancing
a bit
spot,
of
like can't sit
paper.
here.
So you're known for making your own production company,
Mm-hmm.
which is Red Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen? How did it start? Where did it begin?
Explain a bit about that.
Can I just kick it off with how it began real quick? Because it's
Yeah.
actually a character.
What, Red Mirror?
Yeah, it was a fake company.
Right. Okay.
It was part of digital distribution.
Is this? I think was it one of you dressed up in a suit or something?
It's all of us
Yeah.
dressed up in suits.
Yeah.
We on our digital distribution module we did we didn't
We didn't do that.
We starred in it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't actually our project. But they there was a mockumentary set in a school called Crossleaf, and you had to create multiple social media accounts to sort of promote it and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So one of the perspectives they took was they created the fake production company that was meant to be shooting this mockumentary, like this show,
Right. Yeah.
and they called that Red Mirror, and it was never meant to be an actual thing. But when they wanted to post the mockumentary when it was done, they were like, oh yeah, go onto Red Mirror, that's where it'll be posted and stuff. And because it went viral on TikTok, like a couple of the videos got a couple million views.
Did it? Someone
Yeah.
told me that. I was like, no, I don't
So
believe that.
the channel got like 600 subscribers, and like Crossleaf's it
21
doesn't
out,
exist.
yeah.
Crossleaf isn't on there anymore, but it had like 20k views.
20k followers on TikTok and stuff.
Oh yeah, and we had like
but
30K
millions of views on the thing.
on,
Yeah.
on the videos and stuff. So it was sort of like, well, we've got this audience now. There's no
Yeah.
point like disbanding it and like
Killing it.
killing it. Like, just keep it, and then when we do our future projects, we'll just call them Red Mirror projects.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, we just kept
Wow.
it.
That's so. What? So what did one video? Did all of them get like millions of views, or did one got million?
So 4 or
few-
5, yeah, 4 or 5.
3, 4, 5 of them got over 1 million views.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, but our average was like 200k. It could be anywhere from 200k to 2,000 views. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh right.
it just kind of chopped and
Yeah,
changed
they
on what the content.
fluctuated, but a
Yeah.
couple of them really hit
Yeah.
off. There was
I-
like even fan edits getting made.
Fan edits of
and, like,
Niles,
fan
yeah,
accounts
because
and stuff.
Niles played the main like character in that
Fan
thing.
edits.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
getting
like-
like thirst traps.
Niles played a teacher called Mr. Acock, which the whole thing is, his name was Isaac Acock, which is
Right.
Isaac a cock, basically.
Right. Yeah.
It was so unserious, but people believed that these videos that were being shot as if it was kids disrupting a class were real. They believed
Right.
that Niles was a real teacher.
Right.
People started saying, we've reported this to the school. The school didn't exist.
Yeah,
It was a
literally,
fake
yeah.
school. They were like, we've reported this to your teachers.
Shit.
What? Like,
Yeah,
what
the
teachers?
school don't even exist. Yeah.
But people believed it, and then like, a couple of fan edits got made of Niles. That was really strange. Some celebrities used some of the TikTok audios. Like,
Some
know how you can
celebrities?
on TikTok, like if someone does like a viral TikTok, people use the audio from it and sort of recreate it. They
Yeah,
like
yeah.
lip sync it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple like sort of celebrities lip synced videos from it.
Yeah, using Ella's voice. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was super bizarre, but what an experience. So I
Wow.
think
Yeah.
it's now something that's sort of covered on the digital distribution module, sort of like an example of what to do, but also what not to do.
Yeah.
So Red Mirror. That's why it was called Red Mirror. So how did it all kind of like get together? Because you're in league with Last Night Emeralds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was originally Red Mirror was Jess, Grace, Ella, Katie, and Niles.
Niles, yeah.
They were like the core five. Me and Harrison helped out on Crossleaf, so we sort of got pulled into that Red Mirror thing because we were in Crossleaf. And when the audience sort of stuck around, we were just like, we can use this as an outlet for like our FMPs and stuff, because we sort of split into two to make our two different FMPs. We're like, we can both post our FMPs on this channel like together. So that's
pretty
stuck
kind
around.
of thing. But as you're saying, with, like Last Night the Emerald and stuff, obviously you can't FMP season to you guys now is like massive groups.
Yeah.
But do you still have to make an FMP? Kind of like a 10-minute film.
It's I'm very confused.
Yeah, that's
by
tough.
all-
Like, I mean, fair play for doing that, but that's tough, bro. Like,
yeah, we have to
it's
make an FMP, but then our large scale is I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess it's it's a balance of work, but with our FMPs you can only have 4 people in a group. So we were like,
Yeah, I mean,
well,
some people did less.
yeah, I don't know how they did that, but fair play to them. But we were like, we'll help out in yours if you help out in ours.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's kind of how the
yeah.
whole culture and like thing of Red Mirror kind of started, kind of in the same group sort of thing. And then when we helped out on other people's films, we were like, can we just stick Red Mirror in the starting slate just to kind of say it's we helped out on it, so we're just trying to spread our wings a bit. And then like since that, I mean, I've made 2 films after uni, and they're like Red Mirror films. You know what I mean? 'Cause we've had, like,
I've got to get to that one. Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait then.
Oh,
I'll wait.
oh,
Jump the gun.
But was Emeralds and Monument the first kind of things you put together yourself, or did you do films just before that?
How'd you?
Well, Crossleaf was sort of like the first Red Mirror production, But when we wanted to take it seriously, we didn't think it was because we made it for fun, basically. Yeah. It was for fun. We were marked on how it was promoted. We weren't marked on the actual final product. So that was just sort of for fun. So when it came around to doing Last Night the Emerald and Red Mirror, which was, Red Mirror split in two, basically, and we were both working on different projects, we were like, right, let's wipe the slate clean, remove Crossleaf, and like treat it as a serious actual production company rather than this like phony one we made for this mockumentary.
But it also allows us then to look more busy. You know what I mean? If we've got two groups doing different films all under Red Mirror, you know what I mean? It makes us look more busy. We've got two films now, you know what I mean? So that's a plus as well to it.
I was supposed to be an extra on Emeralds, but I couldn't do it in the end.
Oh really? Oh no way! I didn't know that.
But that's how I know Niles as his lead in that.
Yeah,
the little cameo in that.
Yeah, Niles got to come in everything.
Right, so let's get on to your big film, Money Mule, which I saw, which is brilliant, by the way. I loved it. Yeah, when it came out at the premiere and stuff like that, loved it. So how did that? So you got together, and how did that kind of idea script come about?
Well, I mean,
early stages, but really.
Yeah, I mean, I got sent a script online. I was like dishing my like module films out to like different forums and stuff, and I got sent a script online, and I thought it was sick. Sent it to the boys. They were like, "This is shit."
Oh, you write it?
Yeah. No, hold on. Wait. So I was like, oh, and they were like, "This is shit," and I was like, "Okay, I've also got a script that's like remarkably similar to this."
Right, okay.
So we were already in a group at this point, I think.
Yeah, it was
me, Niles, you and Joe we'd already decided we were going to work on our FMP together
in second
at this
year,
point. And then it was like coming up with an idea is when you got sent the script.
It was like all kind of perfect timing and not sort of thing, almost to kind of get the boys in the mood for it. But then basically what happened was that I had a script that was really similar to it, and something I wanted to make ages ago. It's called The Crime Anthology. It was like this whole thing. But basically I read it and I was like, this is terrible. So me and Niles basically sat down there, wrote a structure, taking in not any inspo from the script I got sent, but from my one I had from years ago, and kind of rewrote it with a structure. And then we sat down over summer between second and third year, I'd say nearly every day, and just wrote this script like top to bottom, completely fresh. Like, so yeah.
It carried over some of the ideas that he was American, wasn't he? The guy that
yeah.
He was an American guy, and he wanted, I think he'd watched some Guy Ritchie films and wanted to make his own Guy Ritchie film. Obviously it doesn't quite translate when an American tries to replicate British. He sort of like he like made references to like Beano magazine.
Yeah,
and stuff
that's
like
terrible,
that,
bro.
He probably just googled classic British magazine.
That's the first one that came up.
Like, oh yeah, we'll put that in, and we just looked at each other like.
Yeah, I think the only scene or kind of thing that was actually kept from that original script I was sent is like the first 45 seconds of Money Mule.
Of them meeting.
Yeah.
It wasn't even at a windmill in the original.
No, but
it was just they were meeting. They met outside Big Steve's car. That's literally like the only thing we sort of kept from the original script we got sent from this American guy. And then everything else was completely reworked.
Yeah.
Did he like have like when he was writing a British script, he had like top hats and cups of tea and stuff like that? Like what Americans think we are.
Yeah, it was very generic sort of Cockney.
Crap.
Okay.
It was crap. Yeah, it went great, but yeah, it's completely fresh. So I mean I've got loads of scripts just sat there waiting to be made, basically. So like when I've got an idea, it normally comes from like a song or something.
Right.
So like
really?
so like the original script to Money Mule was called The Runner, and that film was basically a kind of same premise, same twist, that it's human trafficking, not drugs, sort of thing. And he drives. You know what I mean? Drives like drugs around and stuff. And the song was Psychotic Reaction. And like, look it up.
By who?
Count Fives.
Okay.
Look it up. It's a sick song. And basically it's got like 5 changes in tempo during that song. And that can be like 5 different stages, like a fight scene or a chase scene. And then just from that scene, it kind of made this script. And then it got reworked into Money Mule. And that scene kind of made it into the film. You know, the fight scene with the two guys in balaclavas. One of them's me, by the way. And we'll get onto music in a second, but
okay,
I'll hold off.
But I really like that fight scene, by the way.
Yeah,
I need to ask you. I want those punches sound effects.
Okay,
I want them because you said it was a YouTube video that had died and been taken off.
No,
the first ones were
the original that you would have seen was. I've redone all the sound effects. I recorded my own sound effects
with Meat and Caleb.
We'll get into that. we'll explain that.
Right.
I was just going to say that the name, because it was originally called The Runner, your version of the script. What was the one that the guy sent us? His was called.
Can't remember, but
It wasn't good. But it was originally going to be called Money Runner.
yeah.
Wow, right.
It was going to be called Money Runner, and then we looked it up, and Money Runner didn't mean anything.
It's weird saying that, like Money Runner. It's not hard. Yeah, Money
But-
Runner.
So we thought we thought Money Mule sounds a bit like. We weren't
Yeah,
sure,
it's more explanatory because we were like, we've only got 20 minutes ish to kind of get this story across. Like, we were saying, like, if we had an hour, we'd call it Money Runner.
like
You know?
a Money Mule was a real thing. Like, it's a real thing that people do.
Yeah.
So if you see a film called Money Mule, you know what's going to be about. If you see Money Runner, you don't. Is
Yeah.
it a film about running? Is
Yeah,
it
running.
Yeah.
running for money? Like.
Yeah.
Your crew, because I know a few of them, and also, but I liked your cast as well.
Mhm.
Tell me about like the cast and crew, how you did auditions and stuff like that, and getting crew, kind of like getting them together, kind of thing.
Yes, this was like a long process for me and Niles. We're kind of just scouring Mandy and Star Now and all these websites for ages. But we kind of had a look in mind, sort of thing. And we were, I've got videos of it on my phone. We were literally upstairs, like MC1, whatever it's called, yeah. Calling agents, and then telling us to fuck off, basically, you know what I mean? 'Cause it's a student film. And yeah, it was just a long old process. But we were blessed with the actors we got. Absolutely blessed. Like, we found Jake on Star Now, and we're like doing some research on him, and we couldn't message him on the app. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna find it on Instagram. So I loaded up his Instagram, messaged him on Instagram, like, yo, how you get, like, we saw your Star Now page, do you want to be in the film? He was like, yeah, absolutely, we'll have a call. And we called him, and like, he had the look we kind of wanted, like, he had the absolute look we wanted, everything. And we were like, sweet, yeah, we'll have him. Sweet, that's Jake. That's
Well,
that's
wow.
Alfie.
He did a self tape as well.
Yeah, he did self tape. Oh yeah.
We did have a couple other people audition.
Oh yeah, we put in the first rendition of the poster, they're two completely different names.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I made sort of like a mock-up poster when we were casting, and there were two people we thought we were going to cast, and I put their names on the poster as sort of like a hypothetical thing.
Trying
And
to
now they're
manifest
completely
it.
changed, but I'm glad.
Oh, absolutely,
it's a
like,
little
yeah.
bit better.
So yeah, anyway, we got Jake. He did a self tape, and we were like, this is the guy. We basically sent them like so there's three main actors, and that's Fiona,
Yeah.
Chris Barnes, who plays Big Steve, and Jake Flanagan, who plays Alfie. And we basically sent them their hardest scenes because we wanted them to like also get something out of a film. You know, you see a student film, you might write it off. So we just wrote these like really super dramatic scenes for each character, so they can all have their moment. And we sent them that as every person who wanted the part sent them that as a self tape, because we're like, if they can do that, they can do the other things. That's what me and Niall's mindset was.
Wow.
And yeah, like, all the things came through, loved it. Funny story, actually, Chris sent his self tape and forgot to crop the end. So he comes in and goes, oh, that was rubbish, do it again.
But I think the important when we were casting Jake, we sent the other two guys that auditioned for it the same scene, and we sent them the scene where, spoiler alert if you haven't watched the film, where he finds out what the true direction of the business is, and most of them just seemed sort of sort of like, oh no, this is a bad thing.
Yeah, oh no.
But Jake actually seemed angry, and that's why we liked him, and he stood out because he seemed like angry because this is his money as well.
Yeah,
You see, like,
it's like the other guys almost were like, oh my god, it's human child, fucking hell. It was like we basically wanted the character of Alfie to turn at the point where his girlfriend's annoyed at him, not when he finds out. So when he finds out, we want him to be still the bad guy. Do you know what I mean? We still want him to be like,
that's interesting.
you know what I mean? We wanted
want
him to. I gave that direction on set, but I just wanted him to still be the bad guy then, and then when he goes home and tells his girlfriend, for them to go, okay, I'll fix it. Do you know what I mean? Like that sort of thing. So you want it to be the bad guy up to scene 4.
I think messaging the actors as well, sorry to go back onto what we were just saying as well, is messaging the actors privately is such a good idea.
Yeah.
And this is a tip for anyone that's like going to be doing their student film soon or whatever. If you go through like Star Now or Mandy, you're going to get put through to their agent, and their agent will give you a fixed rate, and they're not going to negotiate it because they're going to want to cut off the fee.
There's not people that don't have an agent on it. It would just it's
Of
a
course,
gamble.
yeah,
It's a
of
gamble.
course, yeah.
There are,
yeah.
but they will, Mandy or Star Now or whatever will have a lot. They've already set their fee. It'd be like 150 quid a day or whatever. If you message them privately and just be like, hi, look, we saw your profile on this website, but we just want to message you privately about it, and you send them the script. If they like it, they'll do it cheaper.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they'll say, I'll do it, I'll let my agent know. And because most agencies will let their people just crack on, but if you contact through them, obviously you're more likely to get bigger parts through an agency. But they will take some of the fee. So yeah, definitely if you're doing anything like that, casting is such a long process, but if you can find their private stuff, not private, like Instagrams and things like that, just go through that way. Honestly, I mean, obviously send them an email and stuff. If they've got a personal email, if they've got a link to their spotlight on Mandy, send them an email privately. It just not shortens the process because it's still a long process, but will just help out massively to anyone that's struggling with casting.
No, I really liked your cast actually. I'm a fan of Fiona actually. I saw the giraffe thing. Which is really
She's quality. Yeah, that was a good shoot with Ollie actually. Yeah, that's decent. Yeah, it was a rainy day.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a rainy day. Yeah, I had an umbrella over the camera because it was like hacking it down. But
is she a student or not?
What, Fiona? Yeah.
Well, she's graduated now.
Yeah, she's our year.
Oh.
So yeah.
Yeah, was she all year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
she did musical theatre.
Yeah, musical theatre.
Yeah,
I met her at Halloween party. Was it at your house?
It was at my
house. Yeah, it was at his house. And I was like, yeah, and we were just kind of chatting on the thing. I'm pretty sure my girlfriend knew of her. And we were just chatting and stuff, and she said, yeah, I do musical theatre. I said, oh, that's interesting, because I'm looking for some actors right now. I'll send you the scripts and stuff. And I had someone in mind for like who I kind of wanted to do it, but they just didn't get back to me with like a piece, like a, what's it called, a self-tape. And then we got some other people come in sending in self-tapes, and Fiona's was the best one. So yeah, we just ended up picking.
Did you have like them actually come into a room and do auditions or self-tapes?
No, we didn't, because obviously with the other actors that could be coming in from anywhere. So we were like, we won't do that. We'll do self-tapes, and obviously self-tapes are hard. I feel for any actor that has to do them because they're so rubbish, man. There's no set, there's no costume, there's no cool lighting. It's just them in their living room. You know what I mean? And that's what Chris's was. Him in his living room with a cup of tea in his hand. You know what I mean? So you know, if you are a director looking to cast, I'd say just really kind of push out this is kind of cringe out, and really try and envision them in your scene that you've got planned. So then you can really kind of feel for that character, because you might end up getting a bad hire off that. You might hire someone for an acting role that was good in self-tape, but when there's like 4 cameras and 15 people on set, they might falter. Yeah, I mean, so just pick for the person that plays it most naturally.
I'll never forget when we watched Chris's self-tape for the first time.
Yeah,
and it was just, so in the beginning of the scene, he sat down the whole time. But it's like halfway through the scene, he stands up, and that's sort of when like the power dynamic shifts. And he got his wife to film it.
Yeah, he got his wife to film it, yeah.
So we're watching the self-tape of this guy sat on the sofa, and his wife's obviously, he's a tall guy.
Oh my God, yeah.
So in the self-tape, he stands up from the sofa, and the camera just goes
like, literally, we were like, fucking hell, this guy's massive, hire him. But yeah.
Oh yeah, but I'm the casting director for my large scale production. So over Easter, I'm sending out. Mandy's very weird. I'm finding Mandy quite hard.
I'm not a big fan of Mandy.
Neither.
Personally.
What would you use? Because some people use Facebook and.
I wouldn't use Facebook.
You wouldn't?
No, you probably get some people that are like kind of nutters.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll keep away from that.
I mean, there are, the thing is, like Mandy, there are good actors on Mandy. Like I don't have a problem with the people on Mandy. The problem is just Mandy as a platform. I just don't like how it's laid out. I don't like how it works. But you do find good people on Mandy. Yeah,
I mean, all of the Last Night at the Emeralds actors were from Mandy.
Yeah. Oh, right.
So if that's any, kudos to Mandy, I'd say definitely give it a go. Just kind of learn the learn the platform. Really delve into it, and
learn
again, like message those people privately as well. If you can scour their stuff. If you scroll down on the right hand side, there's links, and there'll be a phone number there, of maybe an agent or their own phone number.
Yeah.
There'll be an Instagram link. Things like that, and sometimes they put their stuff on there to help out. So I'd say definitely.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for that. I'll do that definitely.
Yeah. Have you got any questions though about casting, or is that the only one? Interesting.
Got a special guest.
Yeah, Niles just showed up.
What?
He said he'll come down and watch.
He should have. Well, if he wants to come in and sit down,
should have. Yeah, he said he don't want to.
Who was your 4th member called?
Joe Neal. Joe Neal.
So he was cinematographer.
Yeah, I was working with him since first year. And like, I don't know, I heard Ollie say on the podcast, liking to work with new people. It's pained me that I haven't worked with new people a little bit.
Yeah.
But I am
That's a good question, actually. How do you find working with new people, and do you want to experiment? And also, do you get sick of...
Yeah. So, yeah, well, we'll talk about that in a sec. But basically, for me, I don't know, I think obviously with the COVID thing happening, I think main thing, Niles will say this, reliability. Is just huge. Reliability is the biggest thing to have, like, to constantly get on sets and stuff, whether it be student sets, just being able to show up, you're going to end up working on more things like that. But I don't know, I think obviously with COVID and things like that, I wanted to make an extra film, and Joe was the first person to be like, yeah, I'll film with you. you know what I mean? So I got 2 of my mates and we filmed that first film, and he did a sick job on it for a first year film. We were like, let's just continue working together. I've had Joe on every single one of my projects.
Wow.
Yeah, every single one of my projects since first year. And I don't know, it's weird. Like I just, if it's not, for me, I'm very like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Obviously, I like working with different people and things like that, but as well, modules and stuff. Big tip for anyone, I'll get onto it in a sec. But like, I want it to be like festival worthy. Do you know what I mean? And I'd say that's a tip for anyone that's making stuff for modules. Don't just see it as a write-off. You know what I mean? Even if you don't like it, or you're not feeling it, or you just want to do something funny, like do something funny.
Yeah.
But there's a saying in the industry, which is big kit helps.
Yeah.
Book out some sick cameras, put a light up, you know what I mean? Treat it as if it's going for a festival. Treat it as if you've had like a commission.
Yeah.
And
Because
then,
Rob said like do stuff outside of your modules.
Even that, like, I mean, obviously, we've made some stupid stuff outside of modules, just having a laugh, and go for it. But for your modules, and again outside your modules as well, just make some really, really interesting stuff, because it will only benefit you when you leave, because you'll have a sick showreel to show off. And like, obviously showreels are a bit hit and miss in certain industries, but like, I got hired off my showreel, Kieran got hired off his showreel. So like, honestly, just put the work in and just really, really like, again, like, put a light up, put a little candle there, have a little practical light, like just really go ham on your modules. And it doesn't have to be a good film. You can just have like one sick looking shot goes in the showreel. Do you know what I mean? So just I'd say just really. God, I've gone off the question now.
I was going to say, let's pull it back to working with new people.
Oh yeah, working with new people. Yeah, that's what it was.
Like the crew. So like crew, because Ollie was talking about how you want to stick with third years.
Yeah.
Then,
that was actually my idea. Apologies.
Yeah. I think we went into it quite narrow-minded in an aspect of sort of, we've worked with these people for a few years now. We knew who's good at doing what, so why go elsewhere? Like, it was sort of the thing of like, okay, let's get maybe some first or second years to throw up some tripods and lights for us, but like, we didn't see
underestimated.
We underestimated them massively, and I think it was sort of easy to do that because of the fact we're like, oh yeah, we're third years, like we can do it ourselves. But eventually, we sort of got out of that rut, and that's how we discovered like Ollie,
Jacob,
Jacob,
yeah, just things like that. Yeah, and it was quality. Like having them on set it was a pleasure. And like, I don't know, I think it was just, for me, it was like, again, it was my idea. So apologies for anyone that's heard that and gone,
well, that's you've progressed. You've progressed.
It's just almost like, I just wanted, like, again, reliability. I want this to give us the platform to get into the industry that we're so desperate to get into. You know what I mean? I want this to be like top notch. I kind of just wrote off the younger years. You know what I mean? And then obviously we met Ollie and stuff and things like that. And all of you guys are just so enthusiastic and buzzing to be there. It was hard not to just be like, come along, come along. And then, I mean, I've been working with Ollie now for ages now. We've done 2 films together. And, that man's very talented. Very, very talented. He'll have name and light soon.
I think it was also the side of the fact that, like, in our first year, I wouldn't say we were particularly, like, we were pretty crap.
Yeah, we were shit, mate. Yeah, so that's what it was. We just sort
of expected, if they're in their first year, they're probably going to be a bit crap as well. We were wrong to assume that massively because they're very talented. Yeah. All like people that are now in third year, like seeing some of their FMPs being made. There are some really good FMPs coming up this year, and then like your year group, second years. I don't know what the first years are like, obviously, because
lovely. The first years are
like. So much more talented than we were in our first and second years, like 100%. Genuinely.
100%. Yeah, you guys are quality, like genuinely. And it's not just like the quality of stuff you're putting out, but it's also like the enthusiasm or like the mindset towards it. You guys just want to do everything. There was about 50% of that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, in our year, where it was just like a lot of people just wanted to do stuff. A lot of people just, I'm in here to do it for the module. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We weren't chasing that when we were in first and second year. Well, in first year we couldn't really. But in second year we weren't anything to do with the current third years FMPs. Like we didn't talk to the third years when we were in second year. So when we got to third year and we had all these people coming up to us being like, "Oh, I'd love to work on your film," we were just sort of like,
"What the fuck, this happens?"
Well, that's the interesting thing is that my year is quite strange. Is that we speak to people a year above and below us, but then some other years go, "Oh no, we don't talk to any other years." It's like, "Oh, that's interesting."
Yeah, I think
that's what our year was like until third year. We didn't talk to the people below or above us until third year, and then we were like, "Oh my god, there are actually some really cool people."
Yeah, I didn't talk to many second years. When we were in the third year, many first years. So but props to you guys.
I think I wish that we'd got to know some of the second years.
Yeah,
That
100%.
now third year's better
Yeah.
because
Some of their FMPs are amazing.
they look
Yeah.
mental.
That
Like,
dew
they
point
look
engagement
really
looks
good.
really good. I've seen screenshots of that.
Which one?
Dew point engagement.
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah,
called.
yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah,
looks
that
stunning.
is great.
That
Yeah,
looks really good. I'm excited to see that when it comes out.
same.
I don't
Yeah.
think I've seen because I'm quite active on the old social media.
Mm.
I don't think I've seen any of them that look bad.
Yeah.
Genuinely, they all look really good.
Mm.
Like they're smashing it.
Yeah, but right. So back to Money Mule. So what was kind of like the best? So what it's kind of 2-part question. So what was the best best part of filming,
Mm-hmm.
most challenging bit of filming, and then you could say the same, but editing and least bit of editing. So about
Okay.
Money Mule,
Mm.
Okay.
you can. Well, I bet did you sit together for the edit as well, Money Mule?
Yeah, we did.
Sometimes.
Should we actually talk about that first?
If you want
quick?
to, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
How long
We-
did you have to edit then? So when did you actually finish? And then it was like,
Well,
because I get pressurized editing. It's like, oh Matt,
Yeah.
we've got 2 weeks. So yeah.
Well, we wrapped in February originally,
Mhm.
Okay, so quite. So
and then we did a reshoot
Oh, you did,
Yeah.
in April.
Which I was pushed hard to do. I did not want to do
You
it.
didn't want to do the reshoot.
Yeah.
I was the one.
Yeah, I was like, we're not going to do a reshoot. It's too much hassle. Someone like I've already over budget. My own money's going to. Don't want to do a reshoot. Then he showed me the final cut. Or what was the final cut at that time?
It was like a rush.
Yeah, and I was like, fucking hell, we need a reshoot. But that's why we're so blessed with our cast, because we
Yeah,
messaged
yeah,
them
yeah.
and they're like, we'll do it for free. We love this film so much. We love you
Wow.
guys so much.
Oh,
We'll just
that's
come down and
nice.
crack on. So, yeah.
How much did you reshoot the reshoots?
We reshot 2 scenes and we added a new scene.
Yeah.
Was that the brick? Was that the last one? The brick one? Did you reshoot?
Yeah, we did.
We reshot part of the final
Part
scene.
of the
Yeah,
final
yeah.
So some parts of it.
Yeah.
Then we completely reshot the
Fire.
the end scene.
The fire
You
scene.
reshot the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first fire was not good.
First fire was so bad. Oh my days.
Yeah, that's one of my questions actually. Was the fire scene really tricky to do?
Yeah.
Like risk assessments and.
Yes.
Lots of paperwork.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
That man in the window lost hairs because of that.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
He's actually wearing a wig right now.
No, it's all good. No, he's chilling.
I
He's
feel
chilling.
bad.
No, don't worry about it, bro.
You're on.
No, he's chilling. He's chilling.
That's not his natural hair.
Yeah.
It's a
not.
wig.
It's
It's a toupee.
Yeah, he lost it all producing Money Mule. But yeah,
Yeah.
like, he had to go through all the risk assessments for it. We had Fiona as our like I don't know what you call it anymore, tutor, mentor.
It was FMP tutor.
Yeah, and she was amazing. Like she was just all for it. She was like, just go for it, but
Yeah,
do it right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
she could have easily turned around to us, and when we were like, "Yeah, we want to shoot a massive fire with an actor standing right next to it, throwing money into it at night time," and she could have been like, "No,
Yeah.
that's not happening." But
Where did you film the fire?
Jake's dad owns a air weld, which is like a plane thing. I mean, you probably saw the hangar. scene.
Yes, I was actually gonna
Yeah.
say, was that a plane? That,
Yeah, so
Mm.
he owns an air weld, which is like a plane fixing thing, and he also helps out and I don't know if he part owns it, but he works with the Winchester Airfield. So we shot it on
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like a fancy. It's just grass, basically. It's a long
there. Grass
stretch
and
of grass.
3 hangars. But we're actually, but that location's so sick. Like that
So-
location.
Yeah, I
so
did-
sick.
I did say,
it was
yeah,
private
yeah.
property, which made it obviously
A lot easier.
a lot
Yeah.
easier. Because all we just needed him was to be like, "Yeah, I'm happy with it being done."
Mm.
That's all we needed from him.
And then he was like, "I'll do the fire for you." So we're like, "Sick."
Wow.
And he bought fuel. Like he bought. It was huge.
You have pictures
He'd
of
been
it now.
preparing. He'd been preparing for it. Like as soon as he knew we were gonna do it, he was like, he got.
Yeah, he was just scavenging around for like dry bits of
Shit.
wood and just throwing pallets on
And
there
he-
for
yeah,
us.
when we turned up, he was like, "Yeah, this is what we're gonna be burning," and he had this massive pile of.
Yeah,
stuff
it's like
that.
Burning Man. We're like, "Fucking hell. Yeah, all right, we'll do that."
But it was Fiona was really good about it because, as I said, she could have just said no,
Mm.
but she was like, "Go for it. We're just gonna do this properly, so you know,
Mm.
like you understand how hard this is to
Mm.
do logistically, like
In the real world.
in the real world."
What were the procedures behind it? Was it like, did you have like high vis jackets, like a net
Nope.
around it?
No,
No.
none of that.
It was
Fire extinguisher.
It was literally just a sign off. It was a sign off,
All right.
but a lot of pages. Put it that way. A lot of pages, lots of thought. What we're using for the fuel, what's burning. Have to let everyone know. So
and
insurance wise.
distances from the
Yeah.
fire.
I mean,
We shot it in a way to make Jake look closer to the
yeah.
fire.
When you're
It was
shooting on a long.
Realistically, he was sorry.
It's right.
He was about as close to it as I am probably to that light.
Yeah. So quite. I'd say the wall.
Yeah, maybe the wall.
We shot it on
actually.
110 millimeter.
Yeah, yeah,
So
it looks quite
it
close
looks
to the
like
film.
it looks like he's where that table is.
Yeah.
But he was actually quite far away from it, which is why when he froze the money and it took him a few tries because it's actually deceivingly far. How?
Yeah.
how
But when,
to
when you
throw it.
shoot stuff like that on a longer lens, the background would snap to the character. Like the longer the lens,
Ah.
like depth
Mm.
and stuff kind of messes up a little bit.
I
So
might steal that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's what I mean. Like, let's say if you want a building to look fucking massive.
Yeah.
Make the actor stand really far away. You go even further back, ramp that thing up to 110mm, and the background will just snap.
But it also shows how big that fire was,
Yeah.
because it was actually further away than it looked on the camera.
Really?
And it filled up his silhouette. So
It was probably, I don't know. And I don't know if we're allowed to say, actually.
yeah, probably not. Yeah.
Let's move on. So were the reshoots that you say were the hardest bit of doing?
I'd say
Movie
mentally,
on.
yes, because obviously
Right,
you kind of think you've done the film and
Done
stuff.
the film, yeah.
But I'd say the hardest day for me probably was the 2 scenes in one day. Where
Two scenes in one day?
Yeah, we had a lovely house donated to us, and essentially,
my aunt and uncle.
but essentially we were like, fuck, we got to do this in one day, and I kind of forgot blocking. Now it's like eight lines in a day is what you can normally get done. I think we had like triple that, and we're like,
Did you rehearse with the actors before?
we did
in a
the-
room.
We
read through?
used a little room as a green room upstairs. So while we were setting up kit,
I was upstairs with them, just kind of
upstairs
running
going
through.
through it.
I like giving direction sort of before, kind of to save time on set. Obviously, like I'll give direction during the time, but I kind of want that scene 80% of the way through, so they can come
Before,
downstairs and
come
nail
on
it.
and do it.
Yeah, I mean, so that's kind of how that worked, and it worked really well. Like it was sick, and we shot the scene. Was it 3 scenes?
2. It was 2
2.
in one day. We did 3 the weekend.
Yeah, we did
on that
3
one day.
So all
yeah.
the 2 scenes in one day? Was it the
2
house
scenes in one
and-
day was
it
the Chris scene where he's like, "I've got something you want," holds up the necklace.
No.
Yeah.
It was the 2 Jake and Fiona scenes.
No, because Chris came in.
No, he came the next day.
Oh shit, yeah, 2 Fiona scenes: the argument and the coming home late.
All right.
Yeah, and then the next one was Chris. Yeah, whole lot thing. But I'd say for me that was the hardest scene as a director. Time management, you just got to be like. And my rule of thumb normally is, I mean, Ollie's probably heard this a million times, but if we're 4 takes in or 5 takes in, and it's the actor is still not working, it's not the actor's fault. There's just something wrong. Something's going wrong with the script or me. You know what I mean? I'm not giving the right direction, so we'll just have a minute, or we'll change something, or we'll lower the amount of dialogue, or we won't do as hard a shot. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. So I think that kind of rule really helps save time on the set, just because like instead of just trying for the same thing and then end up 22 takes later going scratching our heads thinking we've got an hour left of the day, and with sunlight and stuff, we were just like 5 takes, okay, it's not going well, give ourselves 10 minutes, just rework something and try it, and normally 2 takes later you're moving on to the next shot. So
Because we were trying to get them filmed as quickly as possible for the continuity of the fact that it was February, so it got dark very quickly. So we didn't want the scene to start, and it's like,
it's
it's
very
midday, and then by the time it's the end of the scene, it's nighttime.
Yeah.
It looks a bit.
so
That is stressful, yeah.
I'd say that was the hardest one.
Yeah.
And where it was a big open plan room we were shooting in, lighting it and doing the sound was so tricky. Like we had 5 dados shot up. set up,
5 dados
literally
crossing
pinning
over each
different
other,
directions and
bouncing
stuff.
off the ceiling and all sorts. That was the hardest one.
And then
I think.
trying to boom and not hit the ceiling,
Mhm.
or not being. But then you'd be like, okay, you're finally out of frame, and I'd be like, yeah, but I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
So you were sound as well then?
Yeah, I was on sound, and I normally did the sound mixing, but towards the end, it was actually after I'd done boom operating on Last Night at the Emerald, I was like, I much preferred boom opping than sound mixing. So I switched. We had Matt Axby as our boom operator.
Very good friend, love him.
But it was at the end, I said to Matt, I was like, actually, do you want a sound mix and I'll boom up?
Yeah.
So I was still doing sound, but I just preferred boom upping because I just found it easier to sort of do the angles and stuff.
So going back to the editing, was there a scene that you just couldn't it was just really long or took really long to make? How was the fights? Yeah, was the fight scene one of them?
The
'Cause
fight
that looks very tricky.
The second fight scene, the final fight scene was quite hard to edit
because that was part of the reshoot and we weren't happy with it.
Oh, I see.
So that's why I kicked up a stink to Harrison. Was like, we need to reshoot some bits because it's not flowing the way I want it to flow.
The film that you sent me, is that with the reshoot in, or is that the reshoot?
Yeah, the one I sent you is the one.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's like his final thing, and we found out that's the one that's in festivals at the moment. So.
All right.
Yeah, I think the most enjoyable thing to edit though was the fight scenes at the same time. Like the two guys.
The two goons, the balaclava. Me.
Yeah.
The balaclava scene was.
That was so fun to edit.
But I love the location within the fight scene.
Yeah, sick. I mean,
and I also love, because I do a little bit of editing, and I understand how editors sort of work. Not really. No, I just get stressed when editing. But I really enjoyed the beginning money notes within the title sequence. Like, that's cool. Okay. Was that not stressful?
It was very stressful.
It
I
wasn't.
remember seeing you put it together, and I thought, oh, it's really sick.
Yeah.
The money and the names, and
We tried to film that originally.
you tried to film it.
It looks so
We
bad.
tried
You tried to film
tried to
it.
shoot it practically because we had loads of prop money.
Oh right.
And we used a
okay.
room like this. We set up we were using a FX.
No, it was Ursa.
Was it an Ursa?
Yeah, because you had to get for the.
No, we used Adam's camera.
Oh yeah, we used FX30.
We used
Yeah.
an FX30. And yeah, we tried shooting it practically in this room actually against the black wall, pumping loads of light into it. But we were also trying to do. I think we're doing. God, it was like 140, 120 frames per second. We're trying to shoot in.
So we can slow it down.
But then the light,
Yeah.
when you shoot in such a high frame rate, it sucks.
Things are flickering and all sorts.
Yeah, it looked awful.
Mm.
So
Oh,
I
that's
had to
alright.
get a bit creative with it. And honestly, I did some scouring on the internet and found a very good tutorial. I was learning After Effects at this point because of Creative Post and Advanced Posts in third year modules. So I was already a bit more familiar with After Effects. So I looked at a tutorial
YouTube.
and yeah,
Still do it now, even in my job now.
Yeah,
and it came out really well in the end, but it took so long to render because one, every piece of money obviously in that top sequence is digitally rendered. It's fake money. It doesn't exist. It's like that Matthew McConaughey thing. It was like
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was long, and I remember leaving and then calling him up because he told me about it. He was like, "I don't want to show you. I don't want to show you." It's just he's so excited about it.
It took 4 hours to render.
And
Fuck,
yeah,
4 hours.
Okay.
For 1 minute.
Bloody
For
hell.
1 minute, it took 4 hours to render.
I came
Wow.
back and watched it, and we had a bit of a tiff. I was like, "It's good. It's got the Queen on it, and it's got a sample on it." And he went,
Well, the Queen was alive at this point.
"Yeah,"
Queen
and he was like, "This is taking me like 4 hours to render." I was like, "Yeah, I know, but I want to change." Like, and we were just at each other's throat. Bro.
It's so you can't have images of money online properly. It's hard to find images of like a clean banknote properly.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So it had sample written on it, but all of our prop money had sample written on it anyway. So I was like, oh, that's fine. And then also I put a film by Harrison Courtney,
and I want it directed by.
and I showed it
Oh
to him
no,
after waiting
that
4
sounds
hours for it to render, and he was like, it shouldn't say sample in the text, and also I wanted to say directed by instead of a film by.
And he was like, "Can you fuck off?"
And I think I actually turned around to you and told you to fuck off.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, literally.
How do you collaborate? Because you want to keep it.
Yeah.
You don't want to fall out. You don't
Yeah.
want to. You want to share ideas and then not go.
I'll make it. I'll say, I want the editor to have editorial freedom.
Yeah.
He wants to have editorial freedom, but also get the director's vision across.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's kind of started with me and Kieran working on our digital distribution, staying up till like 6 in the morning,
Yeah.
editing this thing, and it got to a point where I was like moving a clip around 15 minutes, not doing anything, and he was like, "We got to call it a night because we're delusional at this point." You know what I mean? Yeah, I think from that time we kind of figured out that we worked really well together, and obviously I say we had a tip. We worked fine together. Like honestly, like it was quality.
Yeah, I think we both know that we have like the film being the best it can be is our best interest for both of us.
Mm.
So when we have a disagreement, it's only because we both want the film to be the best it can be, and we're just sort of one-upping each other in a way of
Literally.
it could be better this way.
And
you
it's
know.
like, I don't want to do that because I've done this. And then here's an example. Sorry, I'll backtrack. So for example, while we're doing it during F&P season, it'd be like, I want it to look like this, mate. It's due tomorrow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Out of F&P during the summer,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah.
I want to release this film. No, it's not perfect. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
that kind of like dynamic.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the best interest is the film. Like that's all we want. We just want the best outcome for the film. And as long as I think anyone that's got a director and editor kind of combo that is like really hands-on with the film, as long as you just keep that mindset, you're not going to fall out. You have a few disagreements and stuff like everyone does, but they're not going to stick. Yeah, I mean, and you'll end up making something sick or suggesting something sick, and next thing you know, you walk into Premier to buy 2 cans of Monster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
We normally end up seeing the reasoning behind like what the other person's saying.
Mm.
So eventually I did remove the sample. I removed the Queen's face as well. Before she died, I knew she was getting
called
old.
it.
So what I did was I used the rear side of
All
the
right,
note, because
yeah.
that wouldn't change. So I used that. and luckily, I think the Queen died about a month later, so
yeah, props to you, mate.
kind of weird.
Shame wasn't set in the future. It was like you did. Oh no!
Yeah,
But
should've gone to the
2030, and it's got.
Fortunately made it timeless, but I
Yeah.
also changed the thing to say directed by,
Woo.
Yay.
and it does look better.
It does.
It does look better.
I have one question before music.
Mm-hmm.
I like to ask a question. Do you ever get sick of watching the film over and over and over again? Because
Yes.
I heard a quote from, I think it was like George Lucas, where he said he was the only person that didn't enjoy Star Wars because he had to watch it over and over and over again. And
Yeah,
do you ever get sick of watching it?
absolutely.
I think we definitely did.
Mm-hmm.
I especially did,
Mm-hmm.
and because I kept seeing problems with it that I don't think were actually there.
Yeah.
For
Do you ever
example,
like overwork it? Like really?
Yeah, this fucking guy.
And it's like, whoa, this is
We-
complete. I've spent too long doing it. Yeah.
But the night before submission, we were sat in the sound suite.
Oh yeah.
We were sat watching that because I'd just been mastering all the post sound because I did all the
Shit.
post sound and stuff, and I was watching it with Niles and Harrison, and we were watching through it and like super loud as well, like you could hear everything. And I'd be like, oh no, that needs to change. And you'd be like, what? And I was like, did you hear like the?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, literally.
And you'd be like, no, it's fine. I'll be like, no, there was definitely a.
Yeah. But again, can't help it. Like when it's like your baby of a film, you know what I mean? But I mean, as a from a director standpoint, I am so sick of it, but in a good way.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
because like
When you get sick of the actors, because when I edit
Yeah.
stuff, I'm like, I can't see your face ever again. I'm sick of it.
but it's like again, I'll be driving to work over summer with this, sick idea in my head. I'm envisioning it in my head. I'm listening to the music I want for it, and I'm just, I'm literally lived it from, literally when the idea sprung from the start to the very end of the premiere. You go back and watch it every now and again, but then you end up start seeing mistakes. Everyone does that with your work.
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
you've done
yeah,
it
yeah,
from
yeah.
sixth form or a film you did when you were little, where you're like, fucking hell, I'm gonna be a millionaire after this. You know what I mean? And then you've gone back and watched it and gone, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, even with Money Mill, which I still think is like for a student film, it's decent.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, great.
But yeah, I go back and watch sometimes and think, oh, why did I do that? But everyone's a genius once it's finished. So
I rewatched it recently after not watching it for a very long time, and I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's give it a break. Yeah,
I gave it
find
a break
that,
because when I was editing it and I was watching it, I was like, "Is this even good?"
just look forward to film festivals, mate. You have to be seeing it all the time.
But yeah, I rewatched it the other day and I was like, you know what? Proud of that.
Yeah, pat yourself on the back. But yeah.
Right, music.
Woo.
Go on, Harrison. On you go.
So yeah, I mean, music I think is like for me how I get all my ideas. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be driving to work and a song comes on and like shuffle. I'm like, yo, like a scene with that would be sick. You know what I mean?
Every time he sends me a script like that he's written, it will have a song
Wow.
to listen to while you read it. So
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen to it while you read it.
Yeah. So kind
Oh,
of gets you in
wow.
like the zone for it, sort of thing. So like, yeah. For example, Money Mule is Eminence Front, Psychotic Reaction, Freebird, both of those two mixed together.
And did you do it, Kieran? Did you,
No,
did you
I
read the
guess
script whilst listening to it?
no. We got
yeah, Eminence Front.
Eminence Front. Yeah, I made a mistake.
That was for the opening scene.
But yeah, like again, like I think the reason I became a filmmaker is to force people to listen to music I like. You know what I mean? Like, so like any kind of song I like, I'll try and like not like if I see Deftones or something, I'm not gonna try and like ram that in a film. But like if I see a film and a scene comes to mind straight away, best believe I'm going home straight away and just tapping up that scene just so it's there. Do you know what I mean? And that's how. I mean, we'll get into that later, but that's how this next film that we're doing at the moment is kind of spurred from a song. But yeah, like music's huge. We had Dominic Beach. He did the music for Money Mule.
All right.
And yeah, he was great to work with. Like,
Was he a student?
No.
He's
Friends with Jake. He actually taught Jake, who's played Alfie, to play the piano for a film.
Wow.
And that's kind of how we got that link together.
So Dom's he is an amazing musician, absolutely unreal. Can play so many different instruments and produce. I mean, the music. All of the music in Money Mule was Dom.
Yeah.
And what happened was, Jake had worked with him on the previous film, which was the jazz film,
Messy.
Messy. And when we started filming with Jake, I think it was even before we started filming.
It was before. Yeah, it was
It
before.
was when we cast Jake. He was like, "Oh, I have a friend who does music and would be interested in scoring the film." And we were still in pre-production at this point. We were like, "Yeah, cool, thanks.
Yeah,
for letting us know, whatever."
Little did we know it was probably the greatest asset we've ever had. Like,
So we started shooting and we started putting some rushes together. And one day I got a message on the Money Mule Instagram account being like, "Oh, hi, I'm Dom. I think Jake might have mentioned to me, I've worked on some films with Jake before. I'd love to score your film. And we were just sort of like, you had a very particular vision, obviously, because you write your scenes based on music.
Yeah. Oh, right, all right, yeah.
So we were just sort of like, well, what's the worst that can happen? Like, it can't be bad. Like, if it's not great, we just don't have to use it. But we spoke with him on a video call. We'd never met him.
Never met him.
I met him for the first time a month ago.
I've never met him still. I haven't met him yet.
You haven't met him yet?
No.
Oh,
I called him a couple of weeks ago.
Invite him over to Winchester and go through it together, but no.
Wow. We did everything online. I literally, only met him in person a month ago.
Did you like sit down with him online and?
I mean, not a lot. Normally it's just on the phone, like
really,
just shouting ideas.
Or like
at him.
Instagram message.
Yeah,
really.
But
not on Zoom or anything.
Essentially, because obviously I had these ideas in my head of what I kind of wanted.
Yeah.
You probably know I'm very particular about what I want on sets and stuff and on film. But so I essentially said, look, when I wrote the script, I had this song, Psychotic Reaction. It's got 5 bits of tempo. I want that to go with this fight. For example, the 2 goons one, the 2 dudes with
the music was great in that.
I was I want it to be a mix of that, a mix of Freebird. There you go.
Yeah.
And then he sent it back, probably like 2 weeks later, and I don't think I stopped playing that scene for a good 4 or 5 days. Because the music was just so good. Like I even said, didn't I?
Was that one of the first songs he sent her?
Yeah, that was, yeah. And I was like,
we were just like instantly, we're like, this guy's so talented.
Yeah,
he's so talented.
Just do the whole film, mate. There you go. And he did. And
and we pressured him a bit for time, but he really pulled it out.
Yeah, he smashed it.
Really?
He's currently doing the music for Antique Emporium, which is a film I did back in September.
Oh, right.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah. My bad.
But like film festivals, where's Money Mule going? Is it out yet?
Actually, can't say.
You can't say.
But we're in 10 festivals at the moment.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and one of them, which is our main one, which is like a pretty big one, and if we win an award there, we get like a little mini like proper billboard and co-headline it and shit. But if we find that out on Monday. So Monday the 8th, that's when we find that out. So fingers crossed, obviously, but that's our official premiere. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so fingers crossed, and the other ones just come with that. The last one I think is in August, and that's when we're gonna just actually release the film.
That's cool. We can't even say that's cool. So kind of the next questions are like, what do you like to talk about? Getting tips into the industry and stuff like that. What's it like? What's it like? Making films after uni and trying to get in, basically.
I mean, so straight out of uni for us, the strikes happened, which is great timing.
Right.
Beautiful timing. And what's that? Oh,
shit.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Not great. But tips on industry, everything's different. Now you'll hear loads of different things from lecturers, loads of different things from different people. But I think a pretty consistent one you'll hear is message them and ask for advice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so but they've also got about another 100 people in their DMs also asking for advice.
Yeah.
So my number one tip for anyone, just compliment their stuff. That's just the first port of call. Don't see them as like someone that can get you into the industry. Just see them as a mate. See them as someone you can talk to.
Not an enemy. Yeah.
Because message them about their stuff. That looked really cool. How did you do that?
Yeah.
They can talk about them. They're probably gonna love talking about their work. You know what I mean? And then eventually, through those messages, you're going to be getting advice from them. Through that, you're going to be building up a rapport with them. And then through that, you can then send your stuff. And through that, they go, mate, we've got an empty spot. Do you want to come down? And that's how I got my first set day after uni. And I got that in July, I think. And then since then, it's just been like rolling. And then I got like a proper job in the industry like later on. But honestly, that's how I did it. Just messaging people like, mate, I like stuff. And that's it. You know what I mean? And then, but just keep that relationship. Don't badger them. I mean, badger them. But don't like, proper be oh my God, get me on your set. Because they're going to go, like, you know what I mean? But just, compliment their stuff. Be genuine about it. Don't just, obviously, you want to get on a set with them as well. But they could be a massive asset that they can then come and help you on your films. Do you know what I mean? So, that's my, I'll say number one tip. But for the actual industry state of it at the moment, it's a bit rocky at the moment, especially film in the UK, but that's with big studios. Now, you're not going to get on big studios straight away out of uni unless you're really lucky or you know someone. But at the moment, independent studios are absolutely amazing. I'll name some. Slick Films, The Sweet Shop. They're doing some really good stuff at the moment.
Oh, cool.
and they take on people. You know what I mean?
Are you working with them?
No, I don't work officially with them, but I've worked with them before on
Alright.
things like on their films before, and yeah, they're like those independents are making stuff that gets nominated for Oscars, and they take on people,
Wow.
and it then gives you that experience to then take it to the big companies and go, look, I've got this, and they go, okay, and then you're in the big companies. Do you know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, bit rocky at the moment. Like, I nearly got hired for a proper film, and turned out to be a tax write-off, so it never got released. So I'm very glad I didn't get on that film. Do you know what I mean? Because again, NDAs, don't get it as a credit. You've done all that work, you just get a bit of money. You know what I mean? And you're kind of not in it for the money at this point. You're in it for the credits, then get the big money. You know what I mean? So yeah, I genuinely say for especially students, especially if you've got no experience on set and you're just begging for that day, message people, build up rapport with different people. You can probably look at my following and see, and just have a look at the DRI next to names and stuff. They're directors and look for people that are holding cameras and stuff, and message them. You know what I mean? And just say like, I really like your stuff, and then just start that conversation, start that relationship, and the next thing you know, you'll be on your fourth set with them, and you'll be AC in their camera. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a long grind, it's a long process, but you'll get there eventually if you just do that. So.
What about you, Kieran?
Well, for me, like coming out as an editor out of uni, it's like natural to want to go freelance. And working freelance terrifies me. Yes. And I know like I should be over it by now, but I don't want to pay my taxes. I don't know how to do that. But also I don't like the inconsistency, not knowing when work's going to come in. It works for a lot of people, don't get me wrong. There are so many people that work freelance and they're making great money. And I know people that work freelance and it's working really well for them. So I wouldn't not recommend going freelance, but I just wanted something a bit more secure. I wanted something, where I could, have some holiday, be paid for it.
Yeah.
Or sort of where I'm being told what to do, Here are the videos you're editing this week. Oh, great. Cheers. Thank you.
Was it just like you edit exactly what I want and no collaboration?
I mean, I've done a bit of freelance, and I've always just worked independently on them. I've never really sought help on them, but now I'm working for a production company. I just get told what I'm doing. And I work in a studio with other editors, which is great because there's a lot of collaboration. But it's brilliant. Like I'm on a salary and I get to edit videos. Like, what more can I ask for?
I went to Portsmouth for a
Making Waves.
Yes. Yeah. And we were watching the like a little corporate little video. All of a sudden your face comes up. What the hell?
Yeah,
Hang on.
Yeah. So
and then you're there in the bar afterwards.
Yeah.
So I didn't know you were going to be there.
The production company I work for sponsors Making Waves, the film festival set in Portsmouth, and they work with Winchester, Southampton, and Portsmouth. It's for second year film. Oh, as you know, I don't know why I'm explaining this to you. But
tell me a bit more about what you're doing at Portsmouth. Yeah.
So I only moved to Portsmouth because my brother lives there. I needed somewhere to live after uni, and I was very broke. And my brother was like, "Yeah, come live with me. Don't pay any rent until you have a job." Nice. I was like, "Yeah, sweet, sounds good." And it was quite hard for a couple months, like looking for stuff, and there wasn't a lot going on. But I found where I'm working now on Indeed, of all places, and that's just so weird. I think most people won't think to look because you're going to want to look on
Instagram and things like that.
Yeah, but also like LinkedIn. What's that? Backdoor, Stage Door.
Oh, that's what it was. Stage Door. Yeah.
Yeah. People are going to want to look in places like that for like jobs in the industry. Mandy, for example.
Big one.
But I found my job on Indeed, as if it was working as a retail assistant at Tesco. It was just there, like, oh yeah, job at KFC, job as a video editor, and I was like, oh, brilliant.
So what do you do? Like, what do you do there?
So I'm a junior video editor at the moment, but I basically have the same responsibility as just a normal video editor. It doesn't mean that I'm given like the grunt work or anything. Like I'm not given like, oh, can you just subtitle these videos, or can you like transcode this or whatever.
What do you make?
We work with a lot of independent companies, doing advertisements for them. We do some corporate stuff, we do some documentary based stuff, and we do videos for charities as well, promoting charities. So we do quite a broad range of stuff, and it's just been such an amazing experience for me.
Yeah, it
Like,
looks great.
I've learned so much.
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah.
Like I came out of uni thinking like, oh, I know a lot about editing.
Yeah, so humble, isn't it?
And then I started working there, and I've learnt so much. I've been there 5 months, and I've learnt so much being there. Like just about understanding. Like I knew how to edit, but now I understand why. Like I understand what I'm doing a bit better. Like I like learning from like taking videos of like people that don't know what they're talking about and like cutting them together to tell a story. Like taking like people like aren't very good at interviewing. Like you hire you interview someone that works at like a company about doors, right? Do you think they're going to be really good at talking on camera about their company?
Yeah.
No, they're rubbish.
Yeah.
They're really rubbish. But
editing it makes it
make it sound coherent.
It makes it look brilliant, and like learning how to do that and why it works is sort of what I've learned over the last 5 months, and it's really cool.
Just quickly, what's the interview process for like that?
Oh, so I sent them so I have 2 CVs. I have a job CV, like a civilian CV, which is like worked in an insurance company 5 years ago, whatever. And then I've got my film production CV, which is something that you'll get taught in like third year.
It's just an Excel spreadsheet with your credits on.
Yeah, basically. So I sent them my credits, and then they messaged me asking, like, on the Indeed Messenger thing, being like, "Oh, could you send over your show reel?" So I sent them my show reel, and they were super impressed. Like, because I'd covered everything. I looked at the job description and the sort of things that we'd be working on, and luckily my CV, my show reel already catered to that, like motion graphics, video editing, storytelling, stuff like that. So they watched it and they were like, "This is perfect, come in for an interview." Sat down with them and just told them why I love video editing, basically. And we ended up talking for like 2 hours.
Wow, nice.
Like we just started talking about like music.
It's gonna seem like that. It's gonna seem like a chat, not
Yeah,
like a...
yeah,
That's,
definitely.
that's how it ended up being. And as soon as I did that, I was like, I want to work here. Like I've known you like an hour, and you're like my new best friend. So I want to work here.
Yeah.
But what are you working on now?
Yeah, I
so
work.
The night thing,
I kind of do the same thing as Kieran. I'm just doing it up in Bedford and like in London and stuff like that. So I work for an agency called Three Heads Agency. We kind of do like social media, like what's it called, like journey videos for companies. Let's say if like a founder's had a really incredible story, we'll go film like a little mini documentary for him. But yeah, I've literally worked everywhere. I was up near Manchester for a week and stuff. Like on my first week, I was on a shoot for Lotus, the car company, and then Lego. And then and then a couple. We've done. Lego's a big client. Yeah, amazing. I actually passed my probation yesterday. I actually passed my probationary period yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, I was buzzing, but
So you're locked in.
Yeah, locked in now. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've worked everywhere, and it's quality. Like I do obviously a bit of the editing in our office. We've got 2 dedicated editors. It's a team of 15.
Team of 15.
Yeah, and then like the videographers go out. So like I'll be shooting podcasts for footballers and shooting like a company explainer for some like
wow, that sounds
thing,
cool.
and then like coming back and then shooting like a journey video, or like shooting like an advert for like a CBD drink brand and stuff, or events and things like that. So you kind of get everything, and I've learned so much. Like again, as Kieran said, I've learned so much. It's crazy. It's almost like uni again. You know what I mean? So
that's in London.
We actually are in Kempston, which is in Bedford, but it's the rent price is so expensive, and it's a 30-minute train. Why don't we just take the train? Do you know what I mean? So we were just like, we'll go just train it in, and we're one of the biggest companies in London.
Wow.
And we're not even in London.
Also, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't research properly. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm on the show reel, so have a look.
Wow. But so what you're making at the moment is, I saw a bit of the Ellie, lovely Ellie was talking about it. I think she was on your set.
Yeah.
She was talking about your night film.
Oh yes.
So you're working on that.
That's done.
It's done.
Yeah, that's done. That's
Is it out?
It's not out.
All right.
I've got some final touches, but there's this like online festival on this forum called Fight Club, and it's like a monthly festival where they do like the best fight scene gets joined as part of this like little society, like group chat thing, and it's got like second block assistant directors in it and stuntmen and stuff like that. So it's like a little networking thing. I was watching it for ages, and not to be cocky, but I was like, I could probably win that. So that's what I made the night film for. Made the night film. So I submitted it on 4th of March.
All right.
Which is my girlfriend's birthday. But yeah, submitted it on 4th of March, and then won it. So
wow,
yeah.
wow,
So
that's cool.
But yeah, it's not out yet, just because basically anyone who's directing a fight scene, listen up. Always take the last bit of the shot you've just done into the next shot. So let's say if you've ended on a punch and you go to the next shot, do that punch again, because it flows. Now it was pissing down rain. It was freezing. It was cold. My socks were wet. My boxers were wet. You know what I mean? Like literally, it was soaking. So I just wanted to not piss the actors off, not piss the crew off, and just get it done quick. And I completely forgot about that. So it looks janky. So I've just been sat there ages trying to kind of fix it and stuff, which is getting there. It's getting there.
Were you involved in it, Kieran, as well?
I was not.
But
No?
it's going to him.
Oh, it's going to him.
Yeah,
right.
same with Antique Emporium as well.
Yeah, anything that I'm not on set, like on originally, and Harrison starts editing, he will eventually. I get the hand-me-downs. I get the dregs
I've
right at
seen
the end,
people
but
do
he's
that. They hand down like, yeah, here's the footage.
Yeah,
He'll fix it.
he'll be like, yeah, I've worked on this. I've started editing it. Can you do something?
Yeah, do something. But yeah, the thing we're working on at the moment, it's very Money Mule-esque.
Right. Is that
yeah.
so you said you're making 2 films? It was a night one and this one.
No, it was
this is a third one.
it's the third one.
Oh,
So
This one hasn't gone into production
yeah,
yet.
this one I had to call my actors. Sorry, I had a group chat thing with my actors literally a couple of weeks ago. We've casted it, and that's about it. This new film, but we've got Antique Emporium in September that had Ollie, Jess Grace, and stuff on it. Had Toby Parker on it as well.
All right, yeah, Toby
That
Parker.
film is so good. I can't wait to release it. I just have to wait. You know what I mean? It's frustrating. But that film is so good. Antique Emporium, I can't wait to put that out because it's so different as well. The night film, that'll be out in time. The actors have got it for their show reels. The crew have got it for their show reels. Everyone's happy. I'm not because it's not out yet. But I'll just wait. But this next one is very exciting. Very Guy Ritchie-esque. You know, one of my faves. But yeah, this one's called. It's called Brothers.
Brothers.
And I'm not gonna say what it's about, but it's cool. It's really cool. I'm excited to make it.
Yeah, it's been cast.
Very talented cast.
If you're a fan of Money Mule and Last Night the Emerald, you might see some familiar faces, and that's probably as much as we can say.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah, but it's good. I'm really excited to make it. Should be decent.
I've got 2 more questions. So one, is it going to be Money Mule 2?
We were saying this, what's it called? Dosh Donkey.
Yeah,
but
Pezzo Pony.
Pezzo Pony, yeah, but no. I mean, obviously, you know, with this festival run, things get picked up.
If it gets picked up by Netflix, then yes.
Yeah, we'll make a full feature.
All right, okay. You do what the gentlemen are doing, do a series about it.
Yeah,
cool. I think we wanted to do we have spoken about it, and what we would probably do is we'd probably obviously convert Money Mule from a short film to a feature, and then if we were to do a second film, we'd do a prequel rather than a sequel.
Yeah. Of Chris,
Say
their real names.
Big Steve.
Big Steve and
we'd do a prequel about his sort of origin story.
Yeah.
I heard a rumor about I've got his name written down. The Chris. Did he train with? Someone was telling me, but I didn't believe it. Did he train with the big Arnold?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
Wow, that's sick.
He was also a body double for Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Really?
And he was a bodyguard
on was it Hobbs and Shaw?
Hobbs and Shaw, yeah.
He was the body double for Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
And he was in God of War as well. He was a bodyguard in God of War. Yeah. Chris is
his body. Told me, it's like, no, I get out of town.
His body was used as his body was scanned.
Yeah.
For God of War. Because
not
obviously
him,
they're
but
meant to be these like massive godlike body shapes.
And that's
wow.
So yeah, they scanned his body for it.
Shit.
Yeah, Chris is just a lovely guy, and like again, if anyone's looking for, I mean, again, like he can do anything as well. I mean, obviously typecasting and stuff does happen with Chris, but yeah, he's a very talented actor.
What does he do as a job?
He does acting mainly now.
But he also does landscaping.
Landscaping as well. He's casted on a lot.
He's the most gentle person.
Yeah, he's the nicest guy.
He's the softest spoken person.
And just
he's so big and scary. He doesn't need to be mean. He knows people aren't gonna be horrible to him. So what's the point in putting on like a macho man thing? He doesn't need to.
He's amazing. I call him often, and he's quality. He's quality.
Before the quickfire questions, which I kind of do on every podcast, is there anything you would like to mention to the audience about industry or tips or anything else you'd like to mention that's on your brain at the moment?
Can I start?
Yeah.
Okay. Festivals are expensive.
Yeah.
If you can get yourself a festival agent, they can
agent?
They can really cheap it down for you. Yeah, if you meet one at a networking event or something, just really get chummy with them, and they can really cut down prices for you.
Do they do festival agents?
Yeah, there's mainly for big production companies, but if you get chummy with one, he'll be like, yeah, I'll be out on site. You know what I mean? And then you're having like 4-hour Zoom calls trying to find the festival that will pick you. But yeah, film festivals are more expensive than you think. Making films after university.
Yes, yeah.
Can I actually talk about that first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I've made 2 films after university now, but it is hard. It's hard. What's the saying? Patience is a virtue, right? even if something's not happening, just stay cooking on it, because it will come to fruition. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have a really, really good piece of content there that's, again, after uni. That's so impressive. Do you know what I mean? But on average, I've made 2 films, and they've taken me about 3 months to do. 3 months starting from the planning. Obviously, editing's still going, but 3 months to plan and shoot.
And they're micro films.
They're short, right? If you want to do like a 10-minute, which what we're doing now, I mean, I started writing the script in December. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to take a lot longer. So I'd say, like, just give yourself that time. Really give yourself that time, just to kind of focus on it, because that's where it goes wrong after uni. You know, people working jobs, people got commitments. I mean, it's hard to get everyone together, but when it does come together and you do get it, a lot of hard work's been put into it, and you can finally just enjoy that buzz you feel on set. And I was going to say as well, I think I've already said this, but yeah, just go really hard on your modules. Treat it as if it's a commission, because it's all good and fun, having a laugh and stuff. But again, your grade's riding on it, and your showreel's riding on it. And if you looking for a job that me and Kieran are doing, showreel is quite key. You know what I mean? So just really, really try your best, and just take it seriously. Like, not obviously, don't walk into the lecture thinking you're Christopher Nolan, but also just stay humble, stay grounded, but just really try and make the best stuff, because it will help.
Yeah, and stay friends with people in younger year groups.
Or leave, because they can book it out for you when you leave.
Yeah, so. Because booking kit outside of uni is very expensive.
Yeah,
and you don't have, realistically, you're not going to have a very high budget, if you've even got a budget at all. Keep it cheap, stay friendly with people in younger years, because it doesn't cost them anything to book the equipment. And if anything, you're going to get them more experience by getting them on set. They want to be part of that. It's a win-win for everyone. So stay friends with people, make friends with the second years and the first years. Do it.
Any other thing you want to mention? That's another, actually. Is there a serious issue you think in the industry or in the world? That's the question that you think needs to be improved more.
We were talking about this. We were like, what the fuck? Yeah, but I think both of us could probably agree about, like, women in the industry,
representation of women in the industry,
whether they be actors or on crew. I've been on sets and it's all men in gilets. That's a quote from Jess. But essentially, like, it's a very male-dominated industry, and you'd be on sets and you'll see people talking and stuff, and they're undermined, and you can't do that. You know what I mean? It's kind of standard in a lot of workplaces. It's getting out there now, but it's quite prominent still in the industry, I think.
It's just
it's annoying.
Last night the Emerald is, we helped out on it, but the core 4 of the group, all women. And as well, Ruth and Dorothy, who are the 2 leads, women. And I would genuinely say that last night the Emerald, I would say it's better than Money Meal. It's better than Money Meal. It was the highlight of FMPs for our year group. It was genuinely up there.
It's amazing.
I got to go watch it in a cinema in London.
Wow.
Which last year, and that was it. Just held its own, and it was amazing.
And it's not easy to do a period piece as well.
Well, again, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like,
they pulled it off.
Yeah, first rule of thumb is, like, for F&P,
So
don't do a timepiece.
Rob
These 4 girls were like, fuck it, we're doing a timepiece.
Rob said to us, he was like, bit of advice, don't do a timepiece, because, like, a period piece, because it's so tricky to do. Because you got, like, location, cast, like, costume, makeup, props, everything has to work. But they did it.
They smashed it.
And it got a lot of good feedback, and it deserved it.
It was great. It was
incredible.
Fantastic.
It gets all the applaud.
You can't. It's in, like, you can't do it justice to talking about it. Just go watch it. It's on YouTube.
Brilliant.
You know what I mean? Like, Izzy, who's coming on soon as well. Izzy, Final Entry.
Izzy,
so talented,
so hardworking.
You know what I mean? So talented, hardworking.
And Emma, who starred in it as well. Yeah, she's incredible.
Again, Jess, like, don't underestimate. Like, Jess held a Blackmagic Ursa on a shoulder rig in the hottest day of the year in a un-air conditioned antique shop for 7 hours.
Oh, was that? Yeah, that was the right. Yeah,
and made a fucking sick film out of it. You know what I mean? So again, like,
that's the film that you were talking about.
Yeah, So underrepresentation in the industry, I think, it's a big issue. And
how do you think we can prove it though? How do you think?
Again, I'm not educated enough to answer that question. I don't think, but it's something that needs to happen, and something that I'm currently not at the power to do anything about. But hopefully, if this film stuff goes well, I can be. So we just have to, see what happens.
I guess again, I'm not educated enough to provide a solution, or am I intelligent enough to, overcome such a problem? But if you've got friends that are female filmmakers and they're making amazing stuff, share it. Just help it get the exposure it deserves, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone that you wish you worked with?
Sean Walsh,
Right,
Matt Warlow, Izzy.
Yeah.
Again, just financial crew.
And it's
Matt Axby Moore as well.
Yeah.
And then the current third years.
Yeah.
The current third years, because when we were in third year, we went to the first years and we sort of skipped the second years. I don't know why we did that. I literally have no idea. I guess it's because they were sort of a bit more busy now they were in second year. The first years were just so excited and wanted to get on the set.
First year's a breeze, you got nothing to do in it, so you just
just again like seeing what the third years are doing now. Like I'm like, fuck, we should have had some of the more money.
literally, 100%.
Like, how much better could it have been?
Literally.
I came close with Sean and Izzy and Matt Warlow and Axby. I missed them all the time.
they're brilliant.
That's advice for
They're
first
brilliant.
years. Don't become best friends with third years because they will break your heart.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, but Matt Warlow.
They are one of the
they're brilliant
on
They
the
are
show
brilliant.
here.
I should have worked with more people. They're
You
the
did
people.
work on Based on Pair, didn't you?
Yeah, I was on there for a couple of days.
Yeah,
I was on there for a couple of days. That was
I
good
love
fun.
Based on
But
Pair.
I love that film. It's so funny. But Matt Warlow, Sean Walsh, Izzy, those guys. They're super talented. They're just people. Yeah, again, I wish I worked with. Like, I work with Matt and stuff, obviously, but just for, like on a module where it's just like four people, we can just really kind of bounce off each other and stuff. Never got the opportunity. Wish
That's
I
not
did.
too late.
Exactly.
Anything else you want to mention before I go on to quickfire questions?
I'm all good, mate.
No, I think
No?
Yeah.
Is that everything?
I think that's everything for me.
Right, so these are quickfire questions. Do you have a favourite film from last year?
Yeah, I do. Do you?
Yeah. Go on.
I don't know if you're gonna say the same as me. I was gonna be like accountant and say it, but I don't think it is gonna be the same.
Yeah, well, that was actually my second.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say Saltburn.
Right, okay.
I think Saltburn's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think there are things that, nitpicky things that I wasn't keen on. But I think overall, I don't think last year was particularly an amazing film for films anyway. I mean, actually, no. Oppenheimer and Barbie came out. But I think Saltburn, it came out just at the end of the year, so I think people sort of forget it was a...
Yeah, that's what happens.
Did
They all come out, like, and the Oscars, they go, oh, there's like 10 of them come out. It's like, well, hang on.
Did you see that the scene where they wheel Felix's body past and the whole...
I haven't seen it.
Okay,
but,
well, bro,
they basically even spoiled for me.
Anyway, they wheel this guy's body past the thing and they shut the curtains and the whole room goes red. And like someone's pouring wine, someone's shouting. Mate, I was like, I've never felt that uncomfortable until I watched Come and See, which I had to turn off halfway through because I was mad. Like that scene, I was like, fucking hell, I'm actually stressed.
It's genuinely a very good, very good film in all departments. Like the cinematography, stunning, storytelling, the acting, choreography. It's just
it's quality. Yeah, it's quality.
Brilliant.
Will you say Saltburn as well?
No, that was my second. Oppenheimer for me. I watched it in the BFI IMAX on like the 70mm screen, and I think I booked it way before. I got dead in the middle. Right, I sat there dead in the middle. I was like, fuck yes. Everyone then is like sitting around you and stuff, and I needed a wee about 50 minutes in, so I'm there like
sit in the front row.
Yeah, no, I was sat in the middle.
All right,
but because I'm sat in the middle of the middle,
I
don't want to piss off everyone by standing up. And
Either way you go, you're gonna piss
exactly
off like 10 people either side.
And then my legs are going like this because I'm just fucking moving all the time. So I wish I brought airplane socks as well. Do you know what I mean? But other than that, quality film. I'd say Oppenheimer for me.
Favorite film of all time.
You know what my answer's gonna be, bro?
Yeah, go for it.
The Gentleman. For me,
I love The Gentleman.
That's my favorite film.
Absolutely no. I love. I'm quite weird. I love Hugh Grant. Not his early stuff, but his later stuff. And I love him in The Gentleman. I love his scene in The Gentleman. He's fantastic. But I love The Gentleman.
That's my favorite film.
Tell me you don't love Actually.
It's like Marmite, isn't it? I do love it, but it's not one of those like. But people in his past, people say he's crap because he plays the same character. But in The Gentleman, he really. The Gentleman's
I think he plays a great character.
He did, yeah.
And then that's kind of obviously Guy Ritchie casting him as that character has really broadened his career, and I'm so happy for him because I get pissed off, playing the same characters every time.
But it's interesting how Guy Ritchie was saying it because I like that film a lot, and he was saying that how the budget was. Like he was interviewed at the premiere. The premiere was just like a corridor in like some random building. So the budget was really, really small on it, and no one would, put money into it. So it's interesting how Guy Ritchie, big director, still
Yeah, I mean, it's
struggles.
just the industry, bro. It's
Yeah.
just it's just tough, and you just got to prove yourself every time. That's why I say like do your modules
Yeah.
as if they're festivals. Prove
Mm.
yourself.
We
and
took a lot of inspiration from The Gentleman.
yeah, I mean, that's,
Nice.
director, one of my favorites.
It's like what
is
we've
him,
all
so.
bonded over in our group is that
Yeah.
we're all a massive fan of that film.
Mm.
Yeah, I love that film.
So we all sort of like were very happy to be like, yeah, we'll take inspiration from that. And there wasn't anyone else like, no, I hate that film. We were all like, yeah,
Like,
that's it.
my brother and I love it so much that we when we want to drink in the kitchen, we go drink.
Oh yeah,
That bit. Yeah. What about you, Kieran? What's your favourite film of all time? You see The Gentleman as well?
It's definitely up there. It changes. It fluctuates so much for me. I'll just say, for easiness sake and for time's sake, I'll just say The Gentleman. Just
No,
because
you told me one that was
it's
so
quite-
controversial where ages ago. In the
What did I
MNC.
say?
I can't remember. I remember being like, "What? That's your favourite film?"
Well, I say like Scott Pilgrim versus the
Yeah,
World.
bro. I think it something like that. Yeah.
I do. I love Edgar Wright films, and I'll still
Yeah.
stand by that.
Baby Driver.
No, Baby Driver. I haven't watched Baby Driver until about 3 months ago.
Peak.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen a scene where he gets the editing's amazing in that.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I love Edgar Wright, but
Wait,
I'd
don't-
probably say Gentleman
Mm.
is up there for me.
Yeah.
What do you think of Soho?
I haven't actually seen.
Oh,
I
I've
haven't
seen that.
seen
Yeah, that's a good film. Yeah, I like that.
I've been told it's very good though.
Mm.
It's the one film of his I haven't
Mm.
seen.
Favorite filmmaker?
Obviously, you think I'm going to say Guy Ritchie,
Yeah.
but for me, it's Sam Mendes.
Right.
Skyfall was
Ah.
the film that got me into films.
Right.
So yeah, Sam Mendes for me. You can say Nolan, didn't you?
Harrison Courtney.
Oh.
No, I love. I've never not enjoyed an Edgar Wright film.
You never not enjoyed it. All right.
I've never not enjoyed an Edgar Wright film.
So is that your coy answer of saying Edgar Wright?
That's it's a beat round the bush answer. I'm not saying he's my favorite, but I've never not enjoyed an Edgar Wright film.
Oh.
I'm not
Mm.
definitely saying
Don't
that.
have a favourite Edgar Wright film?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World,
Yeah.
or Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, I was, the location shot in Hot Fuzz. My
Mm.
mum's very good friend lives in the area, so I've
Oh,
been in
really?
that area
Nice.
many times.
Mm.
They do like the pub, do like Hot Fuzz tours and stuff like
Do
that.
they?
Yeah.
I bet they're making some
Yeah, they
money
make a
from
lot.
that.
There's Hot Fuzz tours, blah blah blah. Okay, favorite song you listen to forever. There you go.
Can I say three?
Yeah,
Can I say
yeah,
three
yeah,
songs?
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Kieran's like,
Yeah, sorry, no, I won't be long. Cherry Waves by Deftones.
Okay.
Cosmic Girl by Jamiroquai. And okay, this one's not on Spotify, but it's The Lovers by Alex Turner. Look up on YouTube, it's a beautiful song.
Is it a cover?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cover, yeah.
I mean, if anyone knows me, they'll just know it's anything by the 1975.
Yeah, I knew you were
just-
gonna say
Ah, right.
big 1975 fan.
Was
it's
he
probably-
live?
Yeah, a few times.
Nice.
It's sort of, it feels like a crime to admit you like the 1975 at the moment, just because they're very controversial, and I don't always agree with.
Yeah, isn't the guy? I was talking to my friend, and he said, "Yeah, the lead. I don't know. I'm not very
Bit of
good
a
with
rogue
pop-
individual.
Yeah.
He says some stuff, and it makes you question it. But if you can separate the art from the artist,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
their music just resonates with me a lot, and it's helped inspire a lot of ideas that I've had and creativity. So I'd probably say anything by 1975.
That's a good lead-on question. Is how do you separate the art from the artist? Because someone came on the show and said they liked Woody Allen as
Yeah.
his stuff, but of
Yeah.
course, it's very hard. How do you
Yeah, of
distinguish?
course. I
How
mean,
would you distinguish
it's
that?
human
like,
instinct.
Roman Polanski and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I guess it's human instinct to let something that someone's done ruin it for you. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Kanye West music. I think he's a goon.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't. It's hard. It's hard to, and everyone does it their own way. I personally can't really do it.
I like Michael Jackson's songs, but I can't listen to them the same way.
No, I
still get
think
disturbed.
it's sort of like I feel like it's if you discover someone through their controversy, you will always only see them that way.
Mhm.
But it can be hard even for like, the most for people that are so on it with like social issues and
Mhm.
stuff. Even for some people, they find out their favorite artist is this horrible person. It can still, even for them, they'll be like, oh, but I really like their music.
Everyone deals with it. It's an individual's question, isn't it? You can probably ask everyone
Everyone
guest
and
that, and
they'll
have
have
a different
separate
answer. So.
answer. I like the Smiths, but Morrissey is I hate Morrissey.
Yeah.
He's a horrible person.
Yeah.
He's can't stand him. But I love the Smiths. So it's just sort of like, yeah,
Yeah, it's a weird go that I guess it's only been relevant now. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, we're still kind of working out.
If you could be a person for a day, who would it be?
Ooh. Niles Hothersall. I'm joking. I'd probably be.
Is he still there? I feel bad.
No,
he's
he's
chilling. Have come on.
No,
does he live in Winchester?
No, his girlfriend does it.
Oh, right.
If I could be someone for a day, fucking hell. I'd be a knight in like the 11th century in some like European field having a battle, just to see what it was like. That would be my answer. Just some random grunt. You know what I mean? That's what I'd choose.
I would like to be myself again, but like from like 10 years in the past.
Right. Okay.
Just sort of like with this new knowledge and sort of see how I could like
invest in Bitcoin.
That's interesting answer. Yeah. Right.
Sort of like steer things differently. Maybe give myself some advice.
Yeah. That's cool. A good point. Yeah. Childhood celebrity crush.
Ooh.
Who was the lady in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Oh, Keira Knightley.
Yeah, her.
Keira Knightley. I had a couple.
Do you have time for them?
I would say probably my first celebrity crush. I'd probably say was Billie Piper from Doctor Who.
Right, yeah.
Because I grew up watching Doctor Who.
Yeah, same. I love Doctor Who.
Yeah, seeing Billie Piper play Rose, I don't know, it just.
Oh, Rose, yeah.
Is there a secret talent or an unknown fact people don't know about you? Is there something? Can you do a secret flip or something? Or
does it have to be specific, or could it be like something like related to you in a way?
Yeah, it's related to you. So something that people really don't know about you.
Okay, well, some people know this, but not many people. My gran was a backing singer for the Beatles.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a huge Beatles fan.
Yeah, she was for their final album. She was a backing singer.
What, Let It Be?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is she still alive?
She is still alive. I'm trying to. We started working on a documentary about her for a module at uni, and it never got finished. But I'm hopefully going to pick that back up. My work one that helped me with it actually.
And your nan's in the interview.
Yeah, but do it a bit more. Because my work
is
has
still
like
amazing. I watched it. It's still amazing. It's a red mirror as well, but it's still amazing.
My work have sort of the facilities that they can help like find archive footage and stuff better than I could by myself.
I was paying that. I remember you doing that.
Yeah, they're gonna help me sort of finish telling the story.
I'm a huge Beatles fan.
Yeah, she was in an episode of Doctor Who, in classic Doctor Who.
Wow.
Yeah.
My brother's a huge classic Doctor Who fan.
Yeah, she was in an episode in the 70s.
Which Doctor? Are you a Doctor Who fan?
Yeah. She was in a Tom Baker episode.
Wow.
She was on like the Lily Savage show with Paul O'Grady.
Wow,
stuff like that.
Paul O'Grady,
and she did like Top to Pop. She done a lot.
Get her on the show. Yeah, next time bring her here. Where does she live?
She lives in Dorset, so not too far.
Oh, that's we'll do a Zoom thing or something. Wow, that's cool. Oh my god, that is so cool. What are you, Harrison?
Mine's not as cool as that. I was just gonna say, I don't want to say that now because mine's shit.
I can finish a pint in 5 seconds.
My second subject is history.
Right.
Massive on history, anything. I actually stopped by a museum meeting Kieran that'd be cool to go looking. And I train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Wait, what?
I train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu like regimentally, weekly, for a lot of hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is that you have? What is something that you have that you need to throw out?
A knight's helmet. I've still got all that chainmail just lying around rusting. Yeah, I'm going to have to get rid of that at some point.
Get rid of it? Can you not keep it for another film or something?
Well, I actually had a full knight set.
Wow.
Ready to go, but then the dimensions didn't work, so I had to improvise.
What, like the
full plated armor? Yeah,
right.
Wouldn't fit Jack. So
I thought you meant like a location set. I thought you meant built. You'd gone to Wix. And
yeah, the knight helmet for me probably just sat my thing.
I don't know. I have loads of clutter that I kept from uni, like old storyboards and like.
What keeps you up at night?
God, we could get so deep with this, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Overthinking probably.
Yeah, same.
Overthinking.
Yeah,
so I'd say fear of failure, big one for me.
Yeah.
Also, what I'm doing the next day.
Yeah.
I'd say that. Yeah.
My mind gets so overactive. Like as soon as I try and sleep, like I'll. Like throughout the evening, my mind's empty, and I'm like, I'm ready to go to bed. As soon as I lay down, I start like thinking about outfits I'm gonna wear next week. Do you know what I mean? Like I was literally like 3 nights ago, I was like, oh, what am I going to wear on Saturday? And I was
Yeah,
sat there literally laying there awake for about an hour thinking about exactly what I'm going to wear. I didn't wear any of it today. I just ended up wearing what's comfy. But
Was
there's just random stuff that just comes to my mind. Like
shoots before they happen as well, would you say?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Ideas coming to mind.
Yeah, for me, a lot obviously shoots. I'm not sleeping before a shoot. Normally, I'm normally.
Don't sleep before a shoot?
No, I'm not sleeping before a shoot. As in, I'm just in bed like locked in, like, oh shit, I've got a shoot day tomorrow. But yeah, for me, a lot of the time, I mean, I've probably called Niles, Kieran, some of my actors actually, bless them, at like 11 at night, just like, yo, like fucking caffeined up, like, I've got this idea, it's gonna be sick, I want to cast you, cheers, dude.
Right.
And then I'm just bashing out the script within a day.
He does actually do that.
Yeah, like legit, yeah.
Does he call you at night?
He calls me sometimes very late, being like, I've got this idea for a film.
Yeah, so yeah, film ideas, and then obviously before a shoot day, I'm just fucking up. And yeah, my
I
own
just want,
thoughts.
I want everyone to have a good experience. There's a film I want to make, but next year. But I'm just worried that people are going to have a good experience, because you don't want people to have a bad experience and then say, "Oh, I hated that set." And it's like, "Oh no," you know. So I worry about that. Window or aisle on a plane?
Window. Absolutely.
Window, yeah.
Not aisle, because you're quite both legs.
Yeah, no, but I want to see like
room.
I want to see mountains.
I
and
want to
stuff.
feel like, you know, Mr. Incredible when he's going into the island on the private
Yeah,
jet.
yeah.
He's like sat there sipping a martini, like looking out the window, like I want to be like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Cats.
I say cats. Wow.
I've got a cat. She's 21.
She's 21. That's
She's
very
21.
old.
She can
21?
drink in America. She hasn't, but she could.
How old is that in cat years then?
It's like 100 and
100, yeah.
something. I think it's 107 or something like
She got a free bus pass now.
that. Yeah, literally.
If you time travelled, where would you go?
You were going to say Middle Ages again, aren't you?
No, I'll say the height of Napoleonic Wars. I'm joking. Cut that because I'm going to get slandered. I'm joking. No, what I'd say is probably 2008.
2008.
Yeah.
The crash of 2008.
No, I know that's so like soon, but that was like prime playing the Wii Sports.
Yeah.
And like just sitting on a DS with your siblings and stuff.
Yeah.
Also
So,
the
yeah.
year we went into recession, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I was playing Just Dance in the living room, so I wouldn't know. So yeah, that's what I'd do. Yeah, 2008.
They were
Doctor Who,
simpler
Doctor
times.
Who.
Yeah, Doctor Who was good at that point. You're selling 2008 to me, to be fair.
Yeah,
It was great,
yeah.
like playing.
The sun was still out.
Yeah.
Loom bands were coming in.
Loom bands of 2008.
That's probably
That
not.
was
I
nice.
think
That
it
was
was
a
a
bit
bit
pre
later.
that.
Everything's merged into one now.
I don't know. I think there are points in history that I just find, like, not even distant history, like near history. You know, like I'm talking like the 1900s. Like I'm talking 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Like I think there are really interesting things about all of those decades. Obviously, they all had their issues. But I think there's just some really cultural, amazing things that happened in some of those decades that would be fun to go and experience. Like imagine going to like a Nirvana concert in the 90s.
Yeah,
Like, just imagine how
Yeah,
insane that would be. Like
Yeah.
I think that would just be such a cool experience.
Yeah, I like to see Oasis. I don't like the people who do, again, artists.
Yeah.
But I would like to see Oasis, but not come back together. But that's a good question. Actually, I was just thought of a question. Is in nowadays film and attention spans? I don't know where this idea came from. But what do you feel about filming for stuff with people who have attention spans than less than 20 seconds? Is it hard for you to make stuff like that? Are you worried that people are going to get bored of Money Mule after 10 seconds?
Well, we've actually secretly put Subway Surfers footage throughout Money Mule, so people just keep. No, I'm joking. No, we didn't. No, but,
It's hidden in the background
yeah.
of every shot.
But yeah, like I don't know. Obviously, it's a massive talking point with attention spans and films and stuff. But I feel like if you just make a good film, people are gonna watch it. You know what I mean? Which is a very old man traditional thing to say, but at the same time, like people are gonna still watch films. But you start to see more people making like almost like showreel worthy shots and just posting on Instagram as its own like film. You know what I mean? Having like a 60-second shot with a narration in the background that looks really cool, and saying, yeah, that was a microfilm.
Yeah, I think more
consumable.
now social media is like, everyone's on social media. You're finding filmmakers that, before, if they didn't have the budget to shoot a short film, they wouldn't do anything. But like now that they have like an outlet that, because 20 years ago, if you filmed like a 2-minute film, where are you going to put that? Where are you going to put that? But now you've got Instagram and stuff. And
put it on as a reel.
Yeah,
Film,
literally.
shoot a film and portrait if you wanted to. You know what I mean?
It gives people an outlet. So I think it has its perks, but also if you make a good long film, people will still watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, back to the questions. Favorite word?
Sweet. I say it all the time. So it's really simple and not fun. But I was on a set the other day, and this lady described her company as scrupulous. And that was the first time I heard that. Yeah.
It's a very Mary Poppins word.
I think French words are quite fun to say, like bourgeois.
Ooh,
Or like
bourgeois.
rendezvous. I mean, that's more of a saying, but like I think
And bourgeois is a train guy.
Francis Bourgeois. Like I think those sayings that like French have still. I think they stay French because even us English people are like, yeah, they're too good. You know, like words like bourgeois and rendezvous. Like we're like, oh, we're not going to change that. That's too good. They did a good job there. So.
Guilty pleasure.
Ooh. There's only one I didn't really know how to answer, to be fair. Guilty pleasure.
So like, do you eat like chocolates or something? Or
I've got a bit of a sweet tooth, to be fair. Helldivers 2 on PS5. Helldivers 2, that game is like crack. I've been playing that non-stop with my mate, so that's my guilty pleasure at the moment, bro.
I don't know. I'm like a bit of a caffeine addict.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, like I drink a lot of energy drinks.
Yeah, there's
and a
Monster
lot
in
of
that, by
coffee.
the way.
There's Monster.
Yeah,
in that.
yeah, there's a can over there.
Oh, that's my favourite one.
Oh. There's a bit there if you want it.
I lived on those at uni. It literally, I think there was a night that I spent, 26 hours in the MMC. That was like up
Are
to
you shitting me?
Yeah, there was 26 hours in the
Jesus.
MMC. I think I probably drank about 11 monsters over that.
He frog blinked at me, bro. One eye closed before the other. Like he was literally like, bro, I'm fucking knackered. I was like, you're doing good, mate.
Yeah. Do you feel guilty?
No, the film's sick. So.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Bloody hell. Favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Are you a Doctor Who fan?
Yeah.
I'm a huge Doctor Who fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. David Tennant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like David
Anyone
Tennant.
else?
Matt Smith was good.
Yeah, Matt Smith was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Not-
favorite Doctor?
I'm not a massive Capaldi fan.
No, I like Capaldi as an actor, but unfortunately, I think it's because of the budget and the scripts.
I just didn't suit him.
Yeah.
I like if you watch him in like the thick of it, he's brilliant in that.
Seen that. I need to.
It's
see
brilliant.
that.
It suits him. He's just an angry Scottish man that swears at everyone.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. But when he's like being too kind, I don't like it.
He's got a
Yeah,
great
right.
sword instead of a sonic screwdriver.
Well, that could be it. Do you have a favourite actor actually? Is there a favourite actor you'd like to work with in the world?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
That is a really good question.
Favorite actor. This is so like. Okay, here we go. Stephen Graham.
Is that
Boiling Point.
Guy. Boiling Point guy, Liverpudlian guy. Yeah, I was gonna say Brad Pitt, but that's everyone's dream one. You know? So yeah, Stephen Graham for me, 100%.
I don't know. Actually, that's a really hard one. There are some great British actors. There are also some quite good American actors. I think I like Andrew Garfield. I think Andrew Garfield's a brilliant actor. Have you seen Hacksaw Ridge?
Mate,
Yes.
his doppelganger sat in front of us.
What?
Andrew Garfield.
Wow. Have you seen? I haven't seen it, but I really want to see it. It's a play called Angels in America.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mum saw that on like the National Theatre Live thing. Apparently, that's really good.
So on TikTok, like a little bit of it.
But yeah, I think like in Hacksaw Ridge, like it was to play a pacifist, and like he's got. I know he was born in America or something, but he's got a British.
Was he?
Yeah, he was born in LA. Hacksaw Ridge, he had like this like deep South accent.
Yeah.
He played like someone that's not entirely like intellectual, but has like a good moral and stuff. And I think he just sold it really well. And it's a very emotional film.
I'm obsessed with Harrison Ford. Every end of the podcast, say Harrison Ford wants to be on the podcast because I want to. But I also love Al Pacino. I love. Have you seen Dog Day Afternoon?
No, I haven't. No.
I love that film. It's be a good play actually. Anyway, DC or Marvel?
Marvel. Actually, no. I jumped the gun there.
Yeah, you did. Are you going to say DC?
That was pre. That was
me.
that was like Endgame era. Like up to Endgame, I would have said Marvel.
Yeah. That's what
I'd probably say DC now. Actually,
I'm not big on my superheroes to be. I was back in the day. I still got comics in my wardrobe somewhere, bro. I was big on them, but for me, just cause of the games and stuff and how it's going a bit more gritty, I'd say like DC, Batman.
Like Robert Pattinson's Batman was really good.
Was it good?
Just at the moment, I'll probably chop and change, but Marvel now.
Do you like the Dark Knight and stuff like that?
Yeah.
My brother loves that.
The thing is, I watched Robert Pattinson's Batman, and then went and watched Christian Bale's Batman, and his voice made me laugh. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just so goofy. You know what I mean? It's so like
Christian Bale's Batman.
You know what I mean? I can't see it now. Now I've seen Robert Pattinson's one. I can't firm The Dark Knight anymore.
Heath Ledger's performance.
Yeah.
Beyond.
It's just amazing.
Yeah. Photos or videos?
Videos. Always videos.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Never done photography ever, really.
Really?
Literally ever. Like, I don't know why, to be honest. Like, they asked me to do photography at my new job. I'm like, I can't do it. You know? And so, yeah, I mean,
I did photography.
Might be same different premises. I don't know, but I think just moving images, like if like you know, you get like those great photographers.
Yeah.
If you can have a shot that matches a great photographer, but also tells a moving image in a story, that's miles better in my opinion. I might offend some people, but that's miles better. So that's my answer. Videos all the way.
I think it's hard. I think there is something about photography that I really like, because I think photography has to try harder in the sense that they're limited to it's just a single frame, and you've got to tell a story in that single frame. It doesn't have to tell a story, but I like it when it tells a story. So I think that's something really impressive about photography. But obviously, I did film production. I can't be a traitor. I can't be a traitor. So like, it's video all the way.
Do you have a favorite? Editing software? Both of you? Or?
Yeah, I use Premiere pretty much every day at work when I'm doing it in the office. So yeah, it's got to be Premiere, even though it's not industry standard.
I exclusively only used Premiere up until my new job, and they taught me how to use Final Cut.
Was that hard to learn?
No, it's actually really easy.
Is it?
It's really easy to use. If you want to get edits out quickly, it's really helpful. It's very it doesn't, like, there isn't a lack in quality. It's just there are some things about it that just make it a more efficient way to edit. Like, it has like a magnetic timeline and stuff, and I learned it so quickly because it is just it's like iMovie but for professionals, basically. They literally took iMovie and made it into professional software. It's like how they take GarageBand and made it into Logic Pro for professionals. It's basically that, but I've got to stick to my guns and say Premiere, just because you can do a bit more with Premiere, and like how you can dynamic link with like Adobe, like After Effects and stuff.
I got really stressed when I did from iMovie to Premiere. I got really stressed at that because it's just completely different. It's weird. Favorite camera?
I've been using FX3s and 6s at work when we go on shoots. I've got an FX30 of my own, but I'd say FX3 probably. Yeah.
Not a Blackmagic?
They're not going to be industry standard anymore.
Are they not?
No.
Oh, really?
End of the year.
End of the year they go out. So
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's like, if you're gonna think about getting your own kit now, just have a look at the quality control tests on Amazon Prime and what cameras are in that.
Okay.
So then you can kind of invest in your future, and you're not going to buy like a Blackmagic, and then let's say if you make something really good and it wins loads of festivals, and you can't put it on Prime. You know what I mean? And you kind of missed out a little bit. So just invest in your gear. Again, big kit helps, but don't go mad. But get yourself, like, again, an FX3 or an FX30 is a perfect camera just to get started. Like, honestly, it's so perfect. They shot the Creator on the FX3.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
I need to see that. What about you, Kieran?
So I'm more of an editing person.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna pretend like I know loads about cameras, because I don't.
Same,
I can film things.
You'll pick it up, man. You'll pick it up.
Cameras are my biggest weekness.
You'll pick it up, bro. Honestly, I can give you a rundown now in a second.
Well,
bro.
I'm trying to get Caleb to bash it into my head. He's lovely. Caleb's great, and Callum, but I'm trying to get them to bash it into because I can't get it.
I think once you know your lens lengths.
I want to know my lenses.
Once you know your lenses, and then you kind of work out your white balances and stuff, everything will just come. That's literally the two things, and then you'll be fine.
Okay, so I have a few more questions. So, who would you like to see on the podcast next?
I'd like to see the rest of Red Mirror. I'd like to see
let's see Jess and that.
Jess,
Grace,
Ella, my girlfriend,
Katie.
Niles.
Get Niles in.
But you want Niles on by himself.
Yeah,
Niles on his set by himself.
and you want Niles on. Maybe book it out. Can you book out 7 days? Because you could probably talk for that long.
Yeah.
The room for 7
that
days.
man could talk for
you
England.
just like get a sleeping bag.
Yeah. He will just keep going. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no.
He won't need that. Just for you.
Oh,
He'll
right.
carry on talking.
Okay.
Bless him.
Yeah,
We're talking about him right now. He doesn't even realise.
But yeah, I'd say Niles. Obviously the Red Mirror girls. You've already had Ollie on.
Have you had Caleb and Cullen on yet?
No, I would like to.
Yeah, Cullen.
Get Caleb and Cullen on. I'd love
Jacob.
to.
Yep.
Jacob on.
3 more third years now.
Matt Warlow, Sean Walsh.
Yeah.
Obviously Izzy.
Bad Axby on.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was gonna say Axby. I'd
I
say.
think we've sent for a lot of people there.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd probably. Yeah, I'd call it there. Yeah.
I'm trying to get Paul on.
Rob. I was
Rob,
gonna say get Rob on.
Rob would be brilliant.
Get Rob
I
on.
like
I'd say
Yeah.
get Rob on and get him to
Julio?
tell some stories.
Yeah,
Get,
yeah,
Julio
definitely.
would be
I'd say,
Yeah,
but for me, I'd
Have
say.
you
get
have you
Rob on.
seen the clip of Julio?
Clip of Julio.
We'll show you-
The
we'll
clip
show
of
you
Julio.
after.
We'll show you after.
Okay.
It's from a journalism TikTok,
Mm.
Right.
and he got asked what Riz is. It's honestly one of my favourite clips.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But yeah,
Well,
get Rob
I'll,
on.
I'll put that on one of the questions for him.
You just got to ask him what is Riz.
Yeah. What is his first question? Do you have any friend mentions or shout outs you want to thank anyone or like
Can I go first?
Yeah.
I want to thank Theo, big time.
Theo?
Theo has acted in all of my films throughout uni. He was the other guy in the balaclava.
All right.
I want to thank Sean, big time, one of my mates. He's like stopped me from just pulling the plug on everything, basically. Not on my, on film production.
Film production.
Obviously you boys, 100%. Chris and Jake, and then my parents. And that's that. Yeah.
Mm.
What about you, Kieran?
I'd say Red Mirror. I think Red Mirror was such a big reason to why I loved uni so much. I
Mhm.
think it was. I look back at and think of fond times, and it is Red Mirror that I think about because we came up with some great ideas, we shot some great stuff, and we also made some great memories. And like even when we weren't filming, just like hanging out, it was just great.
Yeah, just messing about.
And just thank you for making my uni experience so fun.
Yeah.
And thank the lecturers as well, actually.
Yeah.
I think, thank you to like Rob, Julio, Jake Hawkins, Caleb Cullen.
Mhm.
Like they were all massive supports, even if they don't realise it. Like
Yeah.
they all really helped
Catherine
me.
Jimmer.
Yeah.
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 Definitely Cullen, Caleb as well, 100%. But yeah,
Yeah.
try and get Rob
Oh,
on.
and Fiona, obviously.
Oh, Fiona, like absolutely insane. Yeah,
Yeah.
massively. Yeah. Shout out to Fiona as well.
Is how do people find you? How do people find you on your socials?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got a few different ways you can get in touch,
Yeah.
depending if you want to talk to us specifically or as a group.
Yeah, I'd say you could probably put my Instagram up. But if there's any unanswered questions or anything like that, just drop me a message on Instagram. I'd be more than happy to reply. I'm going to be putting a casting call out soon for the next film, so that will be on my Instagram story. So just reply to that, and I'll send you the dates. And if you're free, you're free, and say what roles you want to get, and then you can give you those roles. So yeah, put my Instagram there. If you want.
Yeah.
wherever.
That's what people do.
There's-
Yeah.
you so much opportunity here, bro.
Well, the thing is, I don't get green screens again. I like it, and it's just bright.
Mate, effects panel, Premiere Pro, Ultra Key, drag it on.
And then you just stick any clip underneath
Any
it.
clip underneath it.
Right.
Ocean waves right now.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's,
Will that be
that's pressure
distracting
now.
though?
We're in the Bahamas.
We're in the Bahamas right now.
Right. Okay.
That's pressure now.
You can
Alright.
again. You can just reach my Instagram is literally just my name. So
Yeah, same here.
if you know my name, you can figure it out.
Red
but
Mirror.
Red Mirror, you
Red
can
Mirror,
contact
yeah.
us on
Money
Red Mirror
Mule.
and Money Mule. We're gonna have some announcements soon.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be. I haven't actually posted anything in about a year
Yeah.
on that account.
But it's because our festival run is now officially starting. So
We've-
Exciting.
There's gonna be
Wow.
content coming, not just
Yeah.
about festivals but
Yeah.
other stuff.
little clips and
So
stuff and things like that. So any extras you
stay
haven't seen-
tuned at Money Mule Film on Instagram
Hell yeah,
and maybe TikTok.
yeah, maybe we'll see.
Is there anything else you'd like to mention? Lastly, anything you'd like
just
to talk about?
enjoy uni while you're
Enjoy
doing it.
Yeah, I miss uni so much.
Yeah.
If I could go back and start again,
Mm-hmm.
I would. Like we have a lot of work experience people come into my work where we have like the academy, and they're all like about to go off to uni, and I say to them every time like you're gonna have the best 3 years of your life. Like I'm so jealous of you right now. I wish I could do it again. So enjoy it. You might
goes
be
quick.
It goes very quick.
so quick.
And it might feel like you're going through one of the most stressful times if you're doing like your FMP or what at the moment, but you will look back fondly. Trust me. I know there were points where I was having nightmares about editing one.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem fun anymore. It gets to a point where it's not fun anymore.
Yeah, but you will look back and be like, oh, I was having fun. I just didn't realise it.
Yeah. Okay,
Just
that's
the
cool,
rewards
yeah.
you get from that. Yeah, just enjoy it.
Keep
and
going.
Make
keep
good
going,
stuff.
enjoy
you
it.
guys, all of you guys right now are doing brilliant. So just keep doing it. And if you guys want any help or anything, or want to work on a set or something, just give us a message and we can sort that out.
Cool. Well, I have a few things. Usually people sign my book at the end of the episode.
Yes.
But when Money Mule was going on, there was like a poster, a stack of posters. I think it was like 2 posters, and they were just like in like the like on there for like 6 months basically.
Yeah.
So I took
Oh no way.
No way.
took a Money Mule poster about a year ago, Great.
Oh, that's brilliant.
On with that.
Oh, wow.
Is that the right
That
name
is,
for it?
yeah,
That is-
yeah,
yeah, that
that's
is
the-
the
that's
official
like,
It's not
yeah.
the one you were talking
That's
about
the official
earlier.
one. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one. Yeah.
Alright.
Mad.
But yeah, that's it. That's all my questions. Thank
Oh,
you
thank
very
you.
much for coming all the way to come
It's all
down
good,
for
bro.
this
No,
on the
it's all
podcast.
good.
Thank you for
It's
having
a
us.
pleasure,
It's
yeah,
been
it's
really
a
fun.
And Harrison, not Harrison, but Harrison Ford, I want you to be on the podcast always.
Please do.
But yeah, thanks very much for coming down.
It's
I
all
really
good.
appreciate it. No,
Thank
it's great. I
you.
love
Thank you.
Monumental, and good luck with all the festival stuff.
Yeah,
Thank
fingers
you.
crossed,
It's
man.
crazy.
Fingers
If you
crossed.
ever want us back, we'll come back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah,
100%.
come with the full. I want to get like stools behind.
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
We'll
no,
have all of Red Mirror.
Fucking
Yeah,
hell, that's
well,
gonna be
8 of them.
Oh my
Well, yeah,
god.
we'll have to sit in the middle and get 2
That would
seconds
be-
there.
That'd be
You'd
hard not to
probably
talk
you'd
over
want
each
like a
other.
pass around microphone.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, because otherwise everyone's gonna be talking over each other.
Yeah,
and
get
stuff.
one of the runners to Q&A. Q&A question.
Yeah, we
That
go.
would be good. We could.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd be
Alright.
more than welcome to come down and stuff.
Awesome.
Any
Yeah.
opportunities to come back to Winchester, they will. So
Well, thanks very much.
it's right. Thank you, bro.
Thanks,
Thank you,
man.
thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Can you sign the poster?
Yeah, I'll sign the poster. Whilst they're doing that, thank you very much for listening to the show. If you want to come on, please let me know. At CT Plus Productions. Thanks very much to you guys. And that's Chat and Nat. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Woo! Yeah!